Hello gang, and welcome to the stream. This is the Adrel Show, where 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we look at everything World of Warcraft gold making. How is everybody doing? Today's stream, we are doing the Gummy Pet giveaway. So once a week, we do a Gummy Pet giveaway, and then the other time, another time, like on another stream each week, we do the Bruto mount giveaway. Just give me 1 second, just trying to fix my camera. Thought I did all the technical stuff. Enough of it before we started streaming. It seems like my camera decided to still not center. What is up, everyone? Welcome in. I see we have Bean DJ Noob. Sorry, I don't know why I wanted to read that as Gene BD Noob. Bean DJ Noob, welcome to the stream. First time. Thank you for the follow there on Twitch. Ditrino, welcome back. How's it going? I see we have some people joining us on YouTube as well. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today, the Streamlabs lottery decided that, unfortunately, the vertical viewers, again, won't be able to enter the giveaway. You'll need to hop over to the horizontal stream, and you'll be able to enter from there. But with that said, let's go ahead and get the Gummy Pet giveaway started. Let's first of all, let me just quickly go over for anyone who's joining for the first time. Basically, this is the Gummy Pet right here. You get it through a promotion that's really only available to people who live in the US. I don't live in the US, but I was able to find some people to I was able to find someone who could buy a bunch of candy for me and get me a bunch of these codes, and so I thought it would be fun to give it away, and so that's what we've been doing. We've given away a couple of them already, I think 3 or 4, and yeah, like I said, we're going to be doing these giveaways weekly, and so if you win, you can choose whether you want to take the Gummy Battle Pet, which is this guy here, pretty cute little battle pet, right? Or alternatively, you can also redeem the code for the classic brick tabard, which is this one right here. So if you're more into transmog, maybe you don't care as much about your battle pets, but you still, want to get your hands on one of these tabards, you can also choose that if you win. But okay, let's see here. Let's set the timer for, what would like 4 hours be? Let's do this. Let's do 3... Just gonna do some quick math. All right, 210 minutes, and let's go ahead and start the giveaway. So, Bean DJ Noob, you're gonna have to drop !raffle back into the chat again to be entered into the giveaway. As always, you can enter on both Twitch or on YouTube. Just make sure you're followed or subscribed on Twitch or YouTube respectively to be eligible to win. Additionally, if you want more chance, if you want to have a better chance of winning, Twitch subs get 5 bonus tickets to not only today's giveaway for the Gummy Pet, but also to the Bruto giveaways. And basically for the entire period that you're subscribed, you'll get 5 bonus tickets for the Gummy Pet giveaways that we're doing weekly, as well as the Bruto mount giveaway. And the Bruto mount, of course, for those of us who may not be aware, is this guy right here. It basically comes with your very own mailbox and your own auction house, so you can take it wherever you go, and it's also a really cool looking mount. Yeah, so we're doing giveaways for that every week as well. This week we did it on Wednesday stream. Last week we did it on Friday stream. The week before that was Monday. So I'm just going to try and keep rotating it because I know some people aren't able to join certain days. And I want to make sure that everyone has a fair chance of winning. Hello, Hamoid. Welcome back to the stream. How's it going? How's everyone's week gone? You guys been making gold? Have you been... doing anything else fun? Anyone have any luck with the RNG drops? So far, so good. Happy to hear it. Happy to hear it. Oh, geez, my water bottles. But okay, so while we're doing, oh, geez, of course we start off with an interface error. Welcome to the Intrel Show, everybody. I'm busy with my kid, not too active lately in game. Well, I mean, listen, if there's ever a reason to be distracted from the game, it's hang out with your kids. Done some transmog runs yesterday. Good stuff, good stuff. What were you farming? I didn't play much off stream, although I did get my hunter and one of my other characters to level 78, I think. So at some point I should probably finish those guys off. And just get them to 80. I also did I did also buy quite a few more of the sets. I think when we were on stream last time I bought the first 3, and now I'm down to just having 2 left. Let's go ahead and do the Demon Hunter one. So I mean, at this point it's more so the completionist in me. I have level 70 priests, but I mainly leveled them up through time walking, and so I'm not particularly great at like playing the class. But okay, so for today's stream, I thought what we could do, well, I'm in 2 minds, to be honest with you. I'm trying to decide if we should run the Secrets of Azeroth event. I didn't want to do it earlier on because it was like more and more information was coming out each day. But I think now we're at like 14 days. Well, first things first, actually, I did want to go through some of the news articles because, of course, we had Warcraft Direct right after stream on Wednesday. Warcraft Direct went live, and there were so many announcements. I was super excited watching it. What did you guys think of the event? I'll be honest, I didn't watch the entire thing through because I was right after stream. So I watched the like World of Warcraft section. I caught a little bit of the Hearthstone stuff. I play Hearthstone pretty casually. So I was intrigued by that. How are we feeling about the Hearthstone StarCraft crossover? I was a little skeptical of that. It does feel a little wedged in. Like it's cool that they're doing it. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like Hearthstone is so like fantasy driven that like bringing in the StarCraft vibe could be interesting. But I mean, I suppose I'm also not like active enough of a Hearthstone player to have much of an opinion. I'll like at most each season I'll like unlock my like card back, and then if there's a new Tavern Brawl up, I'll do that. I'm sitting on like 41 unopened packs. I was thinking maybe if I do a Hearthstone stream at some point, we can open some of those packs. But okay, let's quickly go through some of the things they announced. I think the roadmap that they have coming up looks pretty cool. We finally got a release date for 11.0.7. I was expecting it like Jan 7th after the anniversary event ended, but it looks like it's actually coming out on December 17th, I think it was. I know one of the articles I have it open here does mention the date. I don't know where that is. Oh, I also forgot to mention today's stream. We do have drops enabled, so if you watch for 20 minutes, you'll get the Warcraft Direct, the Warcraft 30th anniversary bundle, which basically comes with these 2 mounts for what do you call it? For Lord. Sorry, one second. I'm just realizing that I wanted to. Sorry, I wanted to record part of this. But okay, so right now, if you watch the stream for 20 minutes, you will basically unlock the Warcraft 30th anniversary bundle, which comes with basically these 2 mounts, the Blackrock Saber mount, the Kaldorei Warwolf mount. I think this one's the Horde mount that you get, and this is the Alliance mount. I love when they do, when they swap the factions around like this. You'll also, for Warcraft Rumble, get the Anniversary Player Avatar, the Sylvanas Avatar, the Rare Core, and like 1 Rare Core. I haven't played Warcraft Rumble yet. It's been on my list, but is it fun? Have any of you guys tried it out? Because I think there's like a mount or something that you can get now in WoW, right? If you play Rumble for a bit, there's like some crossover reward. But you'll also get, in Hearthstone, you'll get a Perils in Paradise pack. You'll get a Great Dark Beyond pack as well in Hearthstone. And for all that, all you got to do is watch the stream for 20 minutes. and you'll be eligible for that. You can also see the mounts in the bottom right corner of the screen. Apologies that the picture's kind of small and crappy. I had to whip it together. I'll try and have a better one for next week's stream. I think they're both for Alliance and Horde. Ooh, that would be sick. All right, well, with that said, actually, I claimed them, and I was waiting to open them on streams. But yeah, they are both showing up here, so I think you may be right. That's the BlackRock Warsaber. I'm a huge sucker for cat mounts, especially the Warsabers. Hey, that's a good looking mount. I feel like this is a recolor of one of the ones that we got on the trading post a couple months ago, though, right? And let's go ahead and unwrap the Kaldorei Warwolf as well. And yeah, it looks like we got this one as well. It's kind of strange though that we would be wearing that we would be using a Warwolf that has like the Alliance color palette on it, I suppose. Because isn't the whole narrative captured in the Kaldorei raid, the loyalty of the wolf favors the strongest? So is the lore supposed to be that like it was captured and then we stole it back? Yeah, so this is what I was talking about. This was the original one that we got off the trading post, which I kind of like this color palette better because it has the horde. Like this looks like a very horde version. But hey, I'm never going to complain about getting more Warsabers. Wolves, I mean, I could take or leave, to be honest. Right? Like, as Horde players, I feel like we have quite a few wolves already. Let alone Warwolves alone. How do you... Dude, there's 30 wolves in the game already. I'm surprised I don't have these ones. I guess I haven't... well, yeah, I guess I still need to farm those up. Lord knows I've spent a lot of time in Tol Barad trying to farm up these... commendations. Are these account wide yet? Like, can I just do the quest back to back on a couple of alts and transfer it? I suppose I could probably find that out through here, couldn't I? Oh, this chick won't have them. Let's do all warband transferable, and that was what, BFA? No, that was, I think that was literally Cataclysm. I guess not. They haven't gone back that far. It looks like. I mean, they did the champion seals for from Wrath. Ooh, I wonder if I have enough to buy another mount. I didn't realize that my. I have no idea who the hell the Drells is, but like I have no idea which character that is. But apparently it has 35 of the currency saved up, so that's kind of interesting. I'm wondering if this is maybe one of the characters that I had. Very strange. Very strange. I'm wondering if that's one of my remix characters, but no, it can't be a remix character because how would they have champion seals? So I don't know. Maybe it's a character that I completely forgot about. But anyway, so today's stream, I was thinking either we go through the secrets, like the guest relations secrets event, like part of the anniversary event, because I think there are some pretty cool rewards there, or we just do more gold making stuff. But first, let's finish off the rest of the news here. So of course with midnight we finally got a launch day, or not a launch day, but I think we got an understanding of when Midnight's planning to be released, and it looks like late spring 2026, which I think then also means that basically we're not going to have a season 4 Awakened or Faded Faded season, which is kind of cool. That means it's 3 seasons totally in the War Within. Which honestly, given the state of the economy right now, I'm not too upset about us moving quickly on to the next expansion, because the sooner that we get more profession stuff, the sooner that hopefully Blizzard will fix the things like the Artisan's Acuity Shuffle and some of the other things that have made the economy a bit more broken than it was in past expansions. You know what I mean? But yeah, then the biggest thing, of course, was the player housing, and I am super stoked for that. My wife didn't understand what the big deal was because it was after stream and I was just lying on the couch and I started screaming about like, oh my God, they actually did it. They actually introduced player housing. And, yeah, I had to explain to her that it was like the room of requirement in Hogwarts Legacy. Not that she cared about my, room of requirement in Hogwarts Legacy either. Cause she's a huge Harry Potter fan as well. And so I tried to get her to, I was like, all right, that may be the one game that I'm able to like get her to like either like fine, forget about watching me play, but could like that she may have had some interest in, right? And even that I could not get her to like pay attention for long enough to even see the way that I decked out my room of requirement. So, yeah. I actually cried. Wow. Well, that's what I was telling her. Yeah, I was like, this is one thing that I've probably wanted since I first started playing WoW. I feel like it's the one thing that WoW players have wanted more than anything else. And I wonder how much of this is directly linked to the changes that they made at the start of this patch. So when 11.0.5 dropped, there were a lot of bugs and a lot of things went wrong, right? And Blizzard came out after that and said that one of the reasons that they had all those issues was because they made a bunch of major changes to the engine, like to the base engine. So changing stuff like changing vanilla code, right? Previously, Blizzard had said that the reason that they couldn't do player housing, the best that they could do was garrisons, was because the engine itself basically wasn't built to do something as complex as player housing, especially with the player base being the size that it is. And so I wonder how much of those changes were in 11.0.5, but I'm guessing that's basically what they've done, right? The fact that they have now dropped player housing probably means that they've, managed to make all of those updates, change the entire thing. So it's a pretty major change on all ends. And I'm also intrigued to see what else that has now unlocked. You know what I mean? Like if they can do player housing, can we, like, does that mean that they can make delves like even crazier? You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm really, really excited not only about the player housing in and of itself, because I think that's going to be insane. I think that's been on dang near every WoW player's wish list at some point or the other. And funnily enough, we were just talking about it on stream last week that like if they ever do play, like I'm still holding out hope that they do player housing at some point, and I think what they would have to do is just make sure that no one can like access the auction house from there, because I think that was the thing that they didn't like about garrisons, was that people didn't ever have a reason to really leave their garrison unless they wanted to. And so I think probably the way they can avoid that happening is just making it so you can't mount in your house, which is fair enough, right? Even if they give us a little garden area, it's completely feasible that like, all right, it's a garden, like you can't really bring your mounts out there. Although I doubt we get an outdoor. What do you guys think? Do you think they give us like a little outdoor garden kind of thing? Also, do you guys think they're gonna have anything like meaningful there, or do you think it's just gonna be like a place to hang out? We got so little from the trailer. I'm sure everyone's seen it at this point. Should we watch it real quick, actually? Where is it? I'm hoping for the best. Well, yeah, but so that's what I mean. Like, what do we hope as being the best? All right, let's watch the trailer here real quick. Let's go. Let's go full screen. Like, it's not as formulaic as I thought it would be, right? It looks like you can probably, there's the toy, right? It looks like there's weapons, and you could pin boss heads and things like that. Final Fantasy has such a great housing system. I hope they'll get some ideas from there. So I've never played Final Fantasy. Funnily enough, I love that your next adventure begins at home tagline too. Yeah, I think it was great. I think it was a great little cutscene. They didn't give out too much information. I think they built a lot of hype probably. But yeah, Final Fantasy was always the MMO that early WoW players would always tell you to play if you got bored with WoW, and so it's always been on my radar as something I wanted to try out. But here we are, 19 and a half years later, and I still haven't tried it out. But I know that supposedly they had a lot of great features, right? I like the other MMO that I probably put the most amount of time into, other than is probably RuneScape a little bit, right? I think we all had our RuneScape phase. But then the other one was Guild Wars, and Guild Wars had some really cool features as well. But I think that also kind of faded by the wayside. I think Guild Wars 2 is still going, right? Because I think I remember something wacky, like a couple of WoW content creators being sponsored by Guild Wars when they were announcing features for the War Within. Which is kind of crazy, but yes, I was like, oh, Guild Wars is still a thing, I guess. To hang out with people. I mean, yeah, I would be surprised if they wouldn't let your party visit, similar to the way that the garrisons worked, that you can have people over to your house. I think that could be kind of cool. I think obviously you can cook there. I wonder if they'll give us profession tables. That could be kind of cool, right? I was going to say that could be kind of cool, but the thing is, I think most likely the player housing isn't going to be character specific. It's probably going to be warband wide, and I do wonder how much of the reason that they were waiting with player housing was they had warbands on the planning board, and they probably thought to themselves, all right, well, instead of giving everyone a player house, per character, it'll be easier if we do it for what do you call it? You can do it. We can do it at a warband level, and the warband systems are already there. So I think I would assume that maybe we get one house per warband. Although I don't know, how do we feel about that as well? Would you guys want to have different houses for each of your characters? I feel like setting up the house, it would be cooler if it was just for the entire warband. And I think that could be really fun. Yeah, I think the Wowhead article had some interesting points. They noticed that there's some, the shields and the weapons and also some toys and it looks like Anixia's head here. Miniature goblin shredder. I don't quite see. I guess that's this thing here. So, I mean, yeah, it looks pretty cool. It looks like they are going to give us a way to display some of our collections. And but I wonder how far they go with that. You know what I mean? Aeon, Blade and Soul, Black Desert were my MMOs. Funnily enough, I don't think I've ever actually played any of those for a huge amount of time. Well, to be fair, I don't fully remember what Aeon was. I've tried so many MMOs over the years, and nothing has quite scratched that itch like WoW. You know what I mean? WoW is the old faithful that I always end up coming back to one way or another. In Final Fantasy, you have a housing zone, and you can enter to the houses which aren't locked. Oh, that's kind of cool. Although, how does that work though? Because wouldn't it just be absolutely massive? I play on Illidan. Wouldn't it just be I mean, literally hundreds of thousands of homes? With huge gardens? Depends if they make it in Final Fantasy. Sorry, I'm stumbling over the numbers because I'm not great with Roman numerals. I'll be honest, that's why I keep just saying Final Fantasy. It's Final Fantasy 16, right? No, 14. 14, because the I is before the V. All right, so it's X is the 10, and then I is 1, but it's before the V, so it's 14. All right, boom. Thank you, Datrina. Roman numerals, not my strong suit, all right? And then you have to buy a house. Oh, I hope that's not the thing. I'm sure they'll have another gold sink, where I'm sure you'll be able to there will be some way that you spend gold to expand the house, right? And it's sort of the perfect thing for them because they can make it as expensive as possible and have it be like a paid thing and no one can really say anything because it's sort of just it's basically just a glorified cosmetic, right? The entire house, I doubt there's going to be any I'm skeptical that there'll be any like combat benefits that you'll get from the house, right? I feel like it'll be more like a Hall of Memories kind of thing. Although, I don't know, if they do a garden, it would be kind of cool if you could, like, chain up maybe a couple of your favorite mounts, right? Like, that could be kind of cool. And you can have some of your favorite pets running around, like, in the lawn, right? Like, that could be kind of interesting. I wonder, I'm also just, thinking about what they could do with something like skywriting. I'm wondering, I would be surprised if no one at Blizzard has talked about doing some sort of like skywriting version of Quidditch, right? Like that could be super fun as well as like as maybe one of the like PvP brawls, right? Is that what they're called? What are like the special battlegrounds with like the weird rules that they do? I wonder if they could test it out for something like that, but like that could be kind of cool. What's up, ClickCR? Welcome back to the stream. Make sure you drop exclamation mark raffle into the chat. If you're here for the giveaway, make sure you drop exclamation mark raffle into the chat, and you can win your very own Gummi pet, which you'll see at either the bottom or the top of the screen, depending on which version of the stream you're watching. You can enter on both Twitch and YouTube as always. Make sure you follow or subscribe so that you're eligible to win. And then if you sub on Twitch, you'll get 5 bonus tickets to the giveaway. We also have drops enabled. So if you're watching on Twitch, you can... if you watch for 20 minutes, you can claim the Warcraft 30th anniversary rewards, which include these 2 mounts. Is there an easy way for me to pull these up? Because I'm sure I'm going to pull them up a couple times during the stream at least. So either this guy, the Blackrock Warsaber, which I'm particularly a fan of, or the Calderai Warwolf. You'll get both of them. You just have to watch the stream for 20 minutes. Can you imagine the quantity of cosmetics on the WoW store after this housing patch? Oh yeah, it's going to be wild. I mean, have any of you guys played Fallout 76? Because that was a game that I got super into for a while, and they have some drop thing going on right now. So I was kind of tempted that maybe on one of my non-WoW stream days, I may do like a Fallout 76 stream just to get back into it, because it is kind of fun, right? Who doesn't love the Fallout games? And the TV show is great as well. Fallout 76 grew on me, I think. I also only played it like maybe a year ago, so like after it was out of its buggy thing. But Fallout 76, the sheer amount of items on their store is ridiculous. Like, and I don't imagine WoW would be all that different. My only hope is that either they make it so that, ideally that everything is sort of purchasable with gold, right? Although I guess... yeah, I don't know. I wonder if they'll give us like a currency. It could be kind of cool if it's a currency that you can, I don't know, get from doing something in the game. But then also you can just like buy the currency. I would hope that that's the way they go about it, right? I mean, for me, I'm less concerned because I'm thinking even if it is a cash store, I could just use Blizzard Balance, right? Battle.net Balance sort of makes it so that whatever pricing model they go with, you'll be able to convert, like you'll be able to use gold for it anyway. But Lord knows I don't think we need another currency. But yeah, I think they'll go all out because they'll sell rugs and they'll sell paintings and they'll sell. I have no idea exactly how customizable these houses are going to be. The preview we got was clearly very much like an Alliance themed kind of human or kind of like a human house, right? I wonder how many variations they're going to have. I would hope at the very least we get like a Horde tent or something like that. But I wonder if they'll do more, like maybe one for each. I doubt we'll get one for each race, or like, the allied races fold up into some of the others. But that could be kind of interesting. Like what sorts of variations they have, right? But I completely agree with you, ClickCR. I think there's a very small chance that they don't completely monetize the crap out of it. I mean, like, if people were complaining about microtransactions in WoW until now, I mean, to be fair, the Brutosaur mount that we've been giving away, like that isn't even a microtransaction. That's a macro transaction as they come. $95. That doesn't count as micro. Diatrina, there are 4 housing zones. Each zone has 20 wards with like 50 house plots on it. Ooh. But I really hope that they're not. I really hope that you don't have to like. I think probably there's just so many players in WoW that even that would be what, like. That's like 1,000 houses, right, in all? So 4,000 across all 4 housing zones. And that's like a very small server would be able to fill that up as well. And the thing is, the way they've moved to like region-wide everything, I don't think it would even work if you just, like a house in Stormwind on Illidan costs a lot more than having, like a house in Stormwind on like some random tiny server, you know what I mean? Like I don't think they can do it server specific anymore. And so I really do hope it's just like everyone gets a house and then probably you upgrade it with sizes is what I'm thinking. Like, I don't know. I don't want to give Blizzard I don't want to give Blizzard ideas for a way to like squeeze more gold out of us, but I mean, I'm suspecting that may be what the case is, right? Like you get a basic house and then you probably have to pay or like grind something to expand it. I hope they do it more as like a reward for engaging with the content as opposed to just something you like buy. You know what I mean? It was the same thing with the Warband Bank. Like it was really like it's a really great addition. Don't get me wrong. I love the Warband Bank. I think it's also being huge for gold makers and for especially for people who just play on one account, right? Because it made cross-realm trading a lot easier to do with one account. But that aside, but that said, I still don't love the fact that like the way you unlock the extra tabs is just like throwing stupid amounts of gold at it, right? What was it? It's something like 2.5 million gold for the last tab or something crazy. I mean, I got to the point that the tabs are now like 500,000 gold, and I was like, I mean, I'd rather just be more cautious with my inventory management than spending like the equivalent of $40 on buying another like 98 tabs or whatever. So I don't know. I'm skeptical of them just making things, gold gated. But yeah. I also don't know if you guys saw this, but it looks like we'll get back to the timeline in a second. But also some of the speculation here is that part of the timeline just turns into this like neon green color, right? And so the hope, at least the hope for me. So it's, I mean, specifically what we're talking about is this part of the timeline, right? That shows after 11.2.7, there's this little icon here, which kind of looks like a Hearthstone. And the icon also looks like a house. So I think the idea is that similar to how warbands dropped during the War Within pre-patch, like at the end of Dragonflight, right? That they would release the pre-patch for Midnight sometime after 11.2.7, and we don't get like a 0.3 patch. Instead, we would get the pre-patch that drops player housing, which I think that could be really cool and fun. And then it also looks like beyond that, this lime green kind of lines up with the colors from Remix or from Legion. And so I think what Wowhead seems to be speculating is that maybe they'll do Legion Remix next, which would be amazing, right? Objectively, that would be amazing. I think Legion was an expansion that like most people liked, right? Were there a lot of people that didn't? Chat, how did y'all feel about Legion? I personally love the class fantasy, all that going on, right? And I think if they do like a remix, a time running, I think that could be a lot of fun, right? And it's also, I do wonder how they deal with the cosmetics, because Legion like was so class focused that I wonder if you'll be able to unlock like the artifacts and that kind of thing, right? But I also still have quite a few mounts that I need from Remix, so from Legion. So I'm not going to be too upset if we do that next as well. I mean, I think a lot of them are probably the class mounts, but I wonder if they'll give us a way to blast through this as well. I would also love to see them bring back the Brawlgar Arena, because that was a really fun feature. I feel like prior to Delves, that was one of the fun like solo challenges that you could do in this game. It like queuing up for it during peak hours kind of sucked, but if they could do it as like an instance version or something like that, I think that would be kind of cool. Bean DJ, I think they should make houses with different types and sizes that cost more or less depending on the house, but buy it just one time and not paying rent each month like in New World. Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even think about paying rent. Dude, I hope they don't have rent. That would be so, like, that would just be so terrible. Like, at what point does it stop being, like, as escapist as you would like? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the rent we pay for this game is the monthly subscription. Castles for $150 on the cash shop. Ugh, I hope not. I really hope not. I really, really hope not. The thing is that there's a non-zero chance that they do it. You know what I mean? Like, it is one of those things. And now I feel like Blizzard's whet the appetite already. Like, they've already gotten over the initial hurdle of like, okay, people will pay $90 for a mount. So if we're offering them like a whole ass castle, you know, is $150 too ridiculous? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Is it like... I think they can probably get away with it if they don't offer any sort of like player power or like any sort of advantage. You know what I mean? But they've sort of already normalized that with the Brutosaur mount. As big of a fan as I am of them having released this, they have now normalized the fact that like, okay, we will sell things that are quality of life benefits. You know what I mean? That you can't get any other way than whipping out your credit card or having someone else whip out their credit card for you. You know what I mean? Because that's all that buying stuff with tokens is someone else is swiping their credit card on your behalf. You know what I mean? Exchange for your gold. And if anything, Blizzard prefers that you that you convert your tokens into what do you call it? Into Battle.net balance, because they've already realized a $5 profit just between, you know, selling the token, like on the token already. So if you're buying those in bulk, yeah, I think they would much rather you pay in gold, you know? Do you want a butler and servants? $200? Jeez. How many tokens? Wait 1 second. How many tokens would that be? $200 would be, well, plus tax, right? But let's leave tax out of it for now. That would be 13 tokens. And if we say let's go with the 250,000 gold per, so about 3.5 million gold. Yeah, I really hope they don't do that. I really, really hope they don't do that. Yeah. Like 3.5 million gold to have a butler and servants. Well, again, but it depends what, right? Imagine you have to pay rent on top of that as well. You got to pay salaries. All of a sudden now you're managing like a household inside of World of Warcraft. I got to sell these auctions, otherwise my butler is going to leave me in game. I don't know. See, listen, I love making gold. I love being a goblin in this game, right? Trading. I'm all in on all of that. I don't know if I want to start managing employees inside the World of Warcraft, worrying if I can make payroll every month. Dude, I really hope they don't do any of that. Fine. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see how we get through this without forking over some gold, right? Because even the War Bank, there wasn't really a reason that they needed to charge for it other than having a gold sink, and they still made it stupidly expensive, right? Where the later tabs are, I think, like a million gold or what. I honestly don't even know because I haven't unlocked the most I was willing to pay for a single tab was like 200,000 or 250,000 gold or whatever, and beyond that I was like, yeah, screw this, I'm not doing it. I'll just like manage my inventory better, especially since you can just create level 10 alts super easily, right? And transfer things that you're not going to use for a long while onto them, and so to use that as the bags as like additional bank storage space. But my hope is that you get like a basic house, right? And then you can either upgrade it or like, I mean, you can like change it into different things. Realistically, probably they do it via gold because then it seems less microtransaction-y, even though, I mean, the wink and the nod is for, people who want to buy it to just buy tokens instead. Yeah, I don't know. It should be interesting. I actually wanted to check what happened to token prices as well, because I think they spiked a little bit during the presser. Oh, geez. Okay, yeah, the token prices did go up a good bit because I think they were down to like 230 something, and they're up to 265 now because I guess people are probably picking up the what do you call it, the new versions of Warcraft, like the RTS games, right? Let's double check on the giveaway timer here as well. All right, so we've got 3 hours left. Do we really only have 2 people who entered the giveaway? Okay. If you're interested in the giveaway, make sure you drop !raffle in the chat. You can enter on both Twitch and YouTube to increase your odds. Let's actually take a quick little break. And then we'll come back and get back into. We'll finish off the news, and then I think chat? Let me know. Should we do the secrets like the guest relations thing, or should we instead do more gold making stuff? I'm down to do either. But anyway, see you guys in a few. All right, gang, and we are back. How is everybody doing? Welcome in, anyone who's just joining us. If you're watching live on Twitch or YouTube, make sure you drop !raffle into the chat to get entered into the giveaway. You can double dip and enter on both Twitch and on YouTube if you want an extra chance to win. And then Twitch subs get 5 bonus tickets to not only today's Gummi Pet giveaway, but also to the Brutosaur mount giveaways that we're doing weekly as well. And beyond that, also, if you watch the Twitch stream for 20 minutes, I believe it is, you'll get the Warcraft 30th anniversary package, which basically comes with 2 mounts for WoW. I should probably favorite these to make it easier for me to pull them up. But basically the Kaldoroi Warwolf and the Black Rock Warsaber. So that said, today's stream we're going to do a bit more gold making stuff. We had some decent sales since Wednesday's stream, right? I'm still not doing a lot of like region wide auction house stuff because the profit margins are just fairly slim from what I've seen. But we sold about 352,000 gold worth of stuff. Let's pull that out the auction house and let's relist some of that stuff. But mainly, I think we're going to spend more time on the cross-realm trading, as I still think that is the absolute best way to make gold in WoW right now. So let's go ahead and get my other account logged in here as well. And all right, let's try. Let's see if any of the groups we created actually prices are above those things. I don't know why this is listing at 94 gold if it says the group is supposed to list at 100 gold. That's kind of worrying. But hey, we should probably check. Operations, auctioning operations, 100G. I'm sure my crafting cost has fallen on these since then. Thank you for the follow flip method. Welcome to the stream. How's your day going? How's your week going? Any plans for the weekend? 100G max. Oh, we changed the price to 70G on this group? All right, let me rename that. But okay, so basically we're going to log through our different alts. I think we have a decent bit of sales on most of them. Dude, all of these enchants are selling at a loss. It's kind of a bummer, but at this point, I'm just trying to sell off the inventory that I crafted. Profit be damned for most of the region-wide auction house stuff. Although I do think some of it, because of the fact that we crafted some of this with concentration, my crafting cost would actually be lower on some of these items. And so I probably am making a little bit of profit on at least some of these. But overall, like I said, the region-wide auction house, I would advise for most people, if you're really trying to make big gold, I mean, you can, but there's a lot more risk and a lot slimmer margins, let me put it that way, on the region-wide auction house. And so I would recommend cross-realm selling instead. And if you're looking for a build, I've covered it in the past, but drop a message in chat. Let me know if you want me to cover my recommended, like, my favorite build, right? The tailoring one that we've talked about a bunch of times. What's up, that noob? Welcome back to the stream. How's it going? How's your week going? How's your day? Happy Friday. Indeed, indeed. Best of luck for the giveaway. I think that was it in terms of the items we had to sell, right? Am I missing anything? But okay, actually, we didn't finish going through the news, did we? Today's giveaway, by the way, for those of y'all who may not be fully familiar, basically you can win this Gummi Pet right here. It's from a promotion that's really only open to people who live in the US, but I managed to get a bunch of codes. I don't live in the US, but I did manage to get a bunch of codes, and so I'm trying to give those away. And we have the giveaway in today's stream, and then we've been doing giveaways for the Gummi Pet weekly as well as the Brutosaur mount weekly. So make sure you're followed or subscribed, both to be eligible to win as well as so that you get the go live notification when we go live with the other giveaways. And if you do win today's giveaway, the Gummi Pet giveaway, you can pick between either this cute little battle pet right here, right? Cute little feller. Or you can pick the classic brick tabard instead if you're more of a transmog, more of a fan of transmog. Okay, let's do a quick refresh on the timer. And we've got about 2 hours and 40 minutes left. Do we really only have 3 people who've entered the giveaway so far? Jeez, all right, well. But okay, so we talked about the player housing. We talked about Legion Remix. I'm super stoked for that. And it looks like Nightfall and Horrific Visions Revisited is the other section here. And it seems like this. I wasn't playing BFA when they did the original Horrific Visions, but it seemed really interesting, and I wanted to go back and pick up some of the mounts from there. So I think that could be kind of cool. It looks like Nightfall as well. Seems like it may be similar to like the Time Rifts, right? Like a world event kind of deal. So I think that could be kind of cool as well. But in terms of timelines, we also did find out about the next patch, right? 11.1, which is we're going to Undermine, folks. And so, I don't know why I can't zoom in on this. Let me see if I can, there we go. So yeah, I mean, like I said on last stream, I didn't see any recipes that we're going to be getting on the Siren Isle. So I don't think there's too much of an impact in terms of gold making outside of, just having more players logging in to do content and maybe some ring in, or it's a neck. No, it's a ring. Yeah, it's a ring. All right, so maybe the ring in chance will do a little bit better, but difficult to say. I don't think we see a huge spike in demand here. So from a gold making perspective, I don't think there's too much stuff, right? The Winter Veil event has a pretty cool mount that you can get pretty easily on all of your alts. All you need to do is unlock the Garrison, and that's always a good little gold maker, but we'll probably talk about that more once the event is live. Beyond that, yeah. It looks like we have Plunderstorm coming back, so definitely excited for that. I didn't grab the final mount, and I don't remember what rep level I got to in Plunderstorm. I suppose I could double check that real quick, couldn't I? Is it Keg Legs Crew? I got to 23. So I'm excited for that. I wonder if there'll be new rewards. It kind of looked from the screenshots that we've seen so far of the new version of Plunderstorm, like they're gonna have a plunder currency store, where you can just buy the rewards you want instead of having like the renown thing, which could be kind of cool. Because a lot of those filler things I wasn't super stoked about. Legendarism, welcome to the stream. How's it going? How's your Friday? Finally Friday. Otherwise, finally Friday. I'm doing good. Don't have much planned for the weekend. Kind of excited about that, to be honest. Yeah. Want to sell Nightmare Visions carry. Was that a big thing? That noob, I also wasn't playing for the Visions back then. I'm trying to have the War Within, my first expansion, where I'm playing the whole time. So I want to say Dragonflight was that expansion for me. I feel like Dragonflight was the first expansion that I like stayed subbed and like actually played through every wave, which speaks to how good Dragonflight was as an expansion. Like I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think the War Within's also shaping up to be a pretty cool expansion, pretty great expansion so far. But in terms of full expansions, I think Dragonflight was up there as one of my favorites, to be honest. I think the skywriting was an amazing change, right? I think the Renown tracks was a much better way of dealing with rep than the way it worked before. Yeah, I think there were a lot of really cool innovations in Dragonflight, and also all of the world events and catering more to casual players who want to do group stuff but don't necessarily want to raid or do group stuff that's taken all that seriously, but also still feel like you're progressing on things. And of course, for me, the biggest thing was just the profession system in and of itself. But yeah, I'm imagining that the War Within is going to be similar, that I'm probably just going to keep playing throughout. I got Biss Cape and 2 tunes. Good stuff. That's the BFA thing where you unlock some mounts. Wait, what BFA thing where you unlock some mounts? The Nightmare Visions? That was BFA, right? I need to go back and unlock those mounts. Maybe we'll do it on stream sometime. But yeah, and then we finally got the announcement of patch 11.1. I don't think we have a start date for season 2 yet. But I think that'll be the next like major opportunity for gold making, especially since we're going to undermine. I think it's probably not a bad idea to have a couple of engineers and have a couple of alchemists on deck, especially because Blizzard mentioned specifically that like one of the things that they were excited about when it comes to undermine is the fact that they're going to that we'll be seeing a lot of the goblin engineering and the goblin alchemy. So I imagine we should hopefully get quite a few recipes for things from there. I think also there's a very good chance, and Goldson, who's sometimes in chat, has been saying this, or has been hoping and praying for this for a while, but I think there's a very good chance that we get another transmute, and I think that could be big for gold making as well. Yeah, I think 11.1 is when we see the next major opportunity for gold making. And then, of course, the new raid, the new zone sounds pretty cool. A new dungeon, of course, is nice. I like the drive system that they're finally doing, like skywriting, but for the ground. You know what I mean? Where ground mounts are gonna have like different abilities and things like that. I like that it's customizable, because with dragon riding, they kind of tried that, and then there wasn't really much in the way of decisions. I don't know what the thinking was there. How do you access that window anyway? I think through here, right? The skills and unlocks. I mean, they kind of removed all of the different choices that you could have had, really from it, which I think was kind of. I mean, on one hand, it's always nice not having to choose between two different things. If Blizzard just gives you both, but at the same point, I feel like it could be kind of interesting if they had done that. You know what I mean? If they had made it like a more meaningful series of choices. Although I wonder if it's one of those things where they noticed that like they couldn't. Well, I wonder if they're worried that people will just pick whatever's BIS, and I wonder if the ground mount talent tree, because it sounds like in the drive system you'll have to choose between like top speed and acceleration and like braking and drifting and different skills like that. And so I wonder if they see like a variety of different builds through that, they come back and revise the skywriting to give us more meaningful choices like that. You know what I mean? That could be kind of interesting. We're getting new delves, which I'm kind of interested in finding out more about as well, because I genuinely love the delve system. We're getting a new renown, that's always fun, and finally we're getting the Warband's UI updates. The Warband camps, I think, was one of the coolest things that they announced, was that like in the game you would be able to unlock different camps for your login screen, and I thought that was really cool because of course we have the great Warband login screen that's available right now, and that one's pretty cool. But I think having more options is always fun. And I was really intrigued by the fact that they said that it would be like you would unlock them in game. And again, I hope much like the player housing, I hope this isn't just another thing that you throw a whole bunch of gold at, or that like requires Battle.net store, like they're selling them, because they are technically cosmetics. But I really hope that that's not what they do with it. It was funny that last year we had some kind of World of Racecraft, or how it was named, video, and now we're really having racing in WoW. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I was saying that, like, I think I would be surprised if no one at Blizzard, after they worked on skywriting, had discussed maybe doing, like, a battleground that's sort of themed after, like, Quidditch. I feel like that could be kind of fun. And I wonder if that's something they have in the works. You know what I mean? Maybe they don't do exactly Quidditch. I'm sure they would call it something else. But some sort of a like flying related player versus player kind of game, right? They did that a little bit with races. The thing is, I don't know enough about the dragon riding races. Can you compete with people? I mean, because I know it gives you like your time score, so I'm sure that there's like a website or an add-on out there that'll tell you what the quickest like times are. But can you go like head to head with other players? But okay, let's get back to the gold making stuff. Or wait, no, sorry, we didn't finish going through all of the entire timeline. So it looks like 11.1.5 we'll get the I think Nightfall seems like it's going to be Well, it says new content. I was going to say maybe that's some sort of zone, but it just says new content. So I wonder if that's going to be, again, like a world event type of deal. Because I think I think Wowhead's logic was that they teased time rifts in the same manner. So it could be another world event. That could be kind of fun. I genuinely enjoyed the time rifts. I thought the rewards were pretty good. It was a good way to gear up alts. I didn't like that it was like super time gated in that like it only happened once on the hour. You know what I mean? But I think that could be fun. The horrific visions. I'm excited to try it while it's like current content. But again, like I said, we may go back and do the OG horrific visions on stream sometime. Just because I didn't do it during BFA, and so I still need the mounts from there. And then Children's Week update should be fun too. 11.1.7, we get story and quest, new content and system updates, turbulent timeways again. I mean, time walking is always nice to have up, and I wonder if we move to a situation where time walking is kind of always up. I wonder if that's what they're kind of testing out with this anniversary event by having, the time walking up the entire period. Because I don't think they've done that for previous expansions, right? For previous anniversaries, rather. Like, the anniversary event didn't necessarily line up with time walking. So I wonder if this is their kind of way of seeing that, like, all right, if we keep time walking up at least one variation of it, I wonder if it becomes, something that rotates on a weekly basis. Like at any given point, there is one version of time walking that's up. That could be kind of powerful for leveling alts, because then you can kind of just do it whenever you want. But then 11.2, new zone, new world events, new dungeon, new raid, new open world challenges, warbands updates. I'm interested to see what that means. Because I feel like they've already updated a lot of the things with the warbands. Do you guys have any ideas, thoughts, preferences, things that you think they may do with that? Brewfest updates, and then season refresh rewards. Of course, we'll get the midnight reveal in late summer of next year, and then we get new content and system updates in the autumn. The 21st anniversary. I wonder how much of the 20th anniversary stuff comes back. And then 11.2.7 more story and quests, and then new content and system updates. And then, like I was saying, I think it's not a bad assumption to make that this icon that they have right here is referring to the player housing, because it kind of looks like a Hearthstone, and it's also shaped like a house, right? And so I think there is a chance that at the end of next year, like by the end of next year, we already have our player housing with us. It is a feature that they've mentioned coming in midnight, but as we know, that usually means that they drop it with the pre-patch. And I think we can almost be certain that they're going to do a pre-patch and probably even expand their early access program, because I can't imagine that they didn't make like $1 bajillion off of that with the War Within. So much so that I think literally you probably had less lag if you played the game when it actually launched as opposed to if you played during early access. That new maybe Shadowlands Renown, for example, to be shared, I assume. That could be cool. That could be cool. I guess that they would do it the same way that they did for everything else. So you mean it's more so that they're like revising the warband system to work backwards? That could be cool. I mean, I'm excited if they make some more of these currencies account transferable, right? Some of the older expansion currencies could be kind of fun if they're account transferable. Shadowlands rep. I'm kind of take it or leave it on that, to be honest. I'm not too concerned about the what do you call it, the Shadowlands reps all that much. Yeah, I'm trying to think, would there be anything in specific that they could do in Shadowlands that would, are there any specific systems that would be particularly fun to have account wide? Not really that I can think of, right? I suspect you're probably right that hopefully that's a part of the change, but I do kind of also hope that they give us something more. I don't know what else they could do because you already have account-wide interface, account-wide reps for the most latest expansions. You have account-wide currencies. You have account-wide inventory in gold, which is region-wide. Mounts and pets have already been there for a while. Toy Box 2, right? Multi-account Warbank access. Ooh, I mean, I'm hoping for that too, but I'm also... to be honest, like, they do it with guild banks, so presumably, like, the system already exists, right? Because I was going to say, I think the reason that they don't do that is the same reason that you can't transfer currency when two accounts, like, from an account that's logged in, is because I think the idea is that people could exploit that potentially by, doing multiple transactions at once and things like that. And I don't think they're super great with, like, I don't think they're super jazzed about that. But the same way that they've done guild banks, I don't get why war banks are kind of limited in that way. It seems kind of strange. Some people say it's just the Legion Isle part. I also thought it might be the housing Hearthstone. The Legion Isle part. Oh, yeah. I saw that. We were looking at this thing here. Oh, I didn't think about that actually. But this isn't Legion, right? Isn't this part, like, this is Legion, but the part of the map that they're showing us is in Wrath, right? Like, this is Northrend, isn't it? So I mean, I read it as more so maybe our houses are all, like, in Dalaran. Like, maybe that's, like, that would be the one city that would make the most sense. And then, you know what I mean? So, like, they I don't know if they revamped Dalaran, but it's just everyone's house is in Dalaran. It's a magic city, so that's why it can have thousands of different houses all hidden behind the same thing. It would be a shame if Alliance players, you'll know what I'm talking about, but Alliance, like in Stormwind, there is this portal that they've kept that's just been there since vanilla. And I think we found out at some point what was supposed to be there, and I think it was supposed to be like another dungeon or something like that got scrapped. But I remember the rumor was always that, like, that's where they were going to put player housing. And so it could be kind of cool if they do actually convert that portal into player housing. I wonder if we'll have different ways of accessing our housing as well. I would be very surprised if they don't give us like a Hearthstone type thing, and I think this is probably the icon for that. But I think like that's what I was inclined to. That was my first thought when I saw that the map location is sort of located in Northrend, and maybe that's what's going on. But yeah, I mean, I suppose it could also be just calling out to Legion time walking, like Legion Remix, because it does seem like that would be a little bit early, especially since on the timeline it shows that as being before, the green that we see for Legion Remix. So I wonder, like, that seems a little bit early if they're planning on releasing Midnight in late spring 2026. Then having the pre-patch in the winter of 2025 would be kind of early, right? But who knows? Who knows? Dalaran is housing first, I think, as well. But maybe next expansions, I'm pretty sure they have other places for housing in the future. Yeah, so I wonder if that's how they do it as well. Like, maybe depending on where you, like, buy your house, it's in, like, a different spot and you access it from different places. And I wonder if that'll then impact, which houses people pick. Because ideally having a house in the new capital city would be great. Like, that would be a better quality of life benefit, right? And then you can set your Hearthstone to somewhere that you actually care about. Because I think that's one of the only complaints I have about expansions since Legion. Because I think Legion did a great job. They gave everybody a Dalaran Hearthstone, right? You had the Dalaran Hearthstone. You could always get to the capital city and do your dailies, your weeklies, whatever the things were that you needed to get done in the most recent capital city. So you could kind of have fun with your Hearthstone, Like on my mage, I have the Hearthstone set in like right in front of the auction house that I used to camp out at in Orgrimmar, because my mage obviously can just port wherever. And I that was one of the reasons that I loved Volpera's as alts as well, was because they have that make camp ability, which gives them a second Hearthstone. But I wonder if like if that's something that they bring back in some form or fashion. Because if that was the case, I would for instance, in this expansion, I would very simply set probably a good number of my characters' Hearthstones to being in Merildar, because that's the only zone that's a bit of a pain in the butt to get to. Whenever housing arrives, I'll be hyped for it. Oh, for sure. Listen, we waited 20 years for player housing. What's another couple more months? I'd rather that they do it and they do it right. You know what I mean? Like they actually bug test. Like they it's properly bug fixed and everything like that. I mean, I realize in saying that that's already a tall ask. But hey, I'm holding out hope that it's pretty bug free whenever they do launch it. And I also wonder if the fact that it's probably going to be very like microtransaction heavy will mean that Blizzard puts a little bit more time and energy into it, because of how much like money it can justify to the higher ups. You know what I mean? Because like we have to remember that like they're no longer running their own show. They have to report it. Like they're a part of Microsoft. They got to report their P&L, right? And as much as you would hope that the execs at Microsoft who are in charge of the gaming wings and stuff like that understand how much of it is an art form and stuff like that, there are going to be the number counters out there, right? Like the number, yeah. For sure. Shop, achievements, crafted, promotion, everything will get us things for housing and totally fine. Let them make more ka-ching with it. Yeah, I mean, look, again, I'm not upset at any of that, right? What do you guys think they're gonna have like a crafting profession specifically for furniture? Because I know people were talking about like maybe woodworking or something like that, and they could maybe follow like the tailoring methodology where like if you're a if you're like a woodworker or like what would be another good like a carpenter. If you're like a carpenter, maybe you can harvest trees, and there's like different trees in different types of zones, and it becomes another gathering profession. But then also you use that wood that you harvest to like craft tables and chairs and benches and things. Leather workers create chairs and sofas, and maybe tailors do the beds and some of the other things. Maybe scribes do paintings. That could be kind of fun. Scribes do paintings. Alchemists, I don't know what alchemists are doing. Yeah, jewel crafters, or maybe I don't know. I think all of those professions can easily create components for the other things, right? I wonder if we'll finally get like a dye system, like a crafted dye system. Yeah, I think there's a lot of cool things they can do. And I think, I hope as a gold maker that there is a way to make gold off of this as well. And I'm sure I would be very surprised if there isn't, right? I feel like with the amount of focus that they've been giving professions, I think it's a no-brainer for them to make professions a major part of the player housing experience as well. And I mean, where professions are involved, there's generally gold to be made. Leaving aside the current market prices, all right? So before anyone points that out, that currently most markets are absolute crap, and most professions aren't really making all that much gold. So nobody say that in chat, please. But yeah, I think it could be fun. I want 1 or 20. And then they collab with Razer, and we can get our RGB LEDs for the housing. Ooh, that could be interesting. Yeah, I doubt they actually do that, but I'm sure we'll get a lot of rainbow stuff during Pride Month, hopefully. Because they did that, they did like an in-game Pride event, didn't they? Or the trading post was like Pride theme, I think. So, I mean, I'm guessing you were joking, but listen, there's a good chance that we do get some fun rainbow stuff. They're all static. Well, they did the like rainbow umbrella, right? What was it called? Because there was also that. They had another really fun toy that like gave you a rainbow glow or something like that, and that was kind of fun. I cannot for the life of me remember what the heck it was called. We got the colorful beach chair, right? And I think this was, yeah, this was part of Pride, like the Pride Month rewards for over the summer. The heck was it called? Did I not pick it up? But they're all static. I need addressable RGB. You can link it. You can link it using what's the heck is the goddamn Razer client? Razer Central. That could be that would be interesting. That could be fun. Listen, my case is Razer, and so if they wanna integrate more, I'm happy to have my my PC case synced up with my like in-game thing. That could be kind of fun. WoW doesn't really have much in the way of integrations with the Razer thing. I wonder if there's an add-on that would allow me to do that. But it works really well with Hogwarts Legacy, where like because I play as a Slytherin because that's what I am. Like I am a Slytherin. Every Sorting Hat has put me into Slytherin. But I play as Slytherin, and so it'll make like the LEDs go like white and green. And then it works really well, especially in like the little dungeon type things that you have in Hogwarts Legacy as well. Like it works pretty well. Sadly, no add-ons can communicate by sockets or something, so by the Lua files. Yeah, I wonder. Well, yeah, I guess it only because I think it only saves the Lua files when you log, like when you reload interface, right? I know absolutely nothing about coding, especially in Lua. But I'm just thinking because the Trade Skill Master add-on is only able to update files whenever you reload. So I guess it's not like real time, right? On save load, it's possible. Nothing during the play session. Fair enough. I guess for an MMO, I mean, that is one of the things, right? Like for an MMO, they do give us a lot of latitude in terms of add-ons. Are there any other MMOs that have as big of a modding community? And like as many mods and as much that you can do with mods? Back just on a raid while my kid was asleep. Good stuff. Welcome back, Ditrina. All right, let's quickly pull up the timer for the giveaway, and then I think we're gonna take another quick little break. So we got about 2 hours left. I'm surprised that not that many people are entered into the giveaway. We really only have 3 people, I guess, who've entered the giveaway. Is the people not like the Gummi pet? Is that the deal? Anyway, let's take a quick little break. We'll come back and then actually get to some gold making stuff. Although I don't know, I'm in 2 minds. I'm still in 2 minds because I kind of want to do the Secrets of Azeroth thing. But let's see. Oh, and sorry, I think just before we head off the break, though, like I was saying, we got the launch date for 11.0.7 in the Siren Isle, and it's going to be December 17th. So I'm super stoked for that. I'm pretty stoked for that. Not super stoked. I realized I was exaggerating there. But yeah, I mean, there's not much in the way of gold making that seems particularly interesting here. I'm interested to see how we get that Stormcrow mount. That looks kind of cool, and I know people have been waiting on that for ages. Yeah, was there anything else in the... I mean, we went like I went through this article trying to see if there was anything that would impact gold making. I think Plunder Storm is always fun to have back, right? But yeah, I mean, Ring Enchants may sell well. And then, yeah, the mount, I think, are the two most important things for me, at least. Yeah, right. That new good call. The crafting memory leak is fixed with the patch, so that's something for the gold makers crafters. Yeah, that's a really good call. That's a really good point. To be fair, I don't really craft in bulk all that much, so it hasn't impacted me as much. But I did see that the maker of the add-on... Well, so the interesting part of that, the way we found that out, is that the maker of the add-on, what is it? Craft Q something? Geez, where mass something? Yeah, mass salvage assist. This. So the maker said that they reached out to one of the devs that they know, or like one of the players that either is a dev or like one of their Discord members who either is a dev or like has like knows some devs, and apparently they hadn't heard about this memory leak thing at all. Like they had no idea that this was even a problem. At which point I was like, how is that possible? Like, surely, I feel like there's a post about it pretty often on WoW Economy, right? Even though Zanzerful talked with Blizzard multiple times. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like Zanzerful, I know Mantheus has talked about it, Kachek has talked about it, right? And it's also funny because Kachek talks about in every video that like, well, I'm going to show this to you guys now, and it's going to get fixed by tomorrow. Like Blizzard's going to fix the bug right after I release a video about it. So yeah, I know it seems that Kachek seems to have some sort of indication that Blizzard is watching their videos. And so I don't know. It seemed really weird to me that they hadn't heard about this before, because I feel like I've heard about it so many times, and I feel like it's hard to not figure that out. JF on YouTube. It's a funny question, not one I'm going to read out on stream. But suffice it to say, no. Definitely not. But okay, let's take a quick little break. We'll come back and continue the giveaway, and we'll also decide on whether we're doing more gold making stuff or if we do some of the secrets of that stuff. Right? See you guys in a few. All right, we are back. How is everybody doing? If you're here for the giveaway, make sure you drop !raffle into the chat, and you'll be eligible to win the Gummi pet. You can enter on both Twitch and on YouTube, and each of those will get you one ticket each. Make sure you're followed or subscribed on both of those platforms to be eligible to win. And then Twitch subs get 5 bonus tickets, not only to today's giveaway for the Gummi pet, which you can see at either the bottom or the top of the screen, depending on whether you're watching horizontally or vertically. And we also do a Bruto giveaway every week. So if you do sub, you'll get bonus tickets not only to today's Gummi pet giveaway, but also to the Bruto giveaway that we're doing weekly between now and Jan 6th. But okay, let's see. Was there anything else to talk about here? Yeah, so this is what I was saying. It seems like with the revamped Plunder Storm, it looks like they are adding some sort of Plunder Store. This is what I was talking about earlier. There's a button here to the Plunder Store. So I'm wondering if they're going to scrap the Renown sort of system that they have, right? Because it says spend your plunder in the Plunder Store to unlock rewards. So I don't know if these are going to be new rewards or if they're just going to scrap the entire Renown thing and that's going to be the only way you get it. But I think that could be kind of cool. Yeah. Player housing. Okay, we talked about that. And they also finally made the 25th anniversary area, the 20th anniversary area into a sanctuary, which is also kind of nice, because Lord knows every time I tried to get bring alts here to complete the quests and to get the experience buff, I kept getting ganked, and so I'm happy to see that we have now the extra 10% buff from war mode. But okay, and then I think we talked a little bit about the drive mounts as well. This is kind of cool. And I feel like this is the kind of thing that they should have done with dragon riding customizations. Because the manuscripts were okay, but they never really felt, I never really felt all that interested in them. I like the one that we, like this one, the owl one, right? Like this, the crazy owl that you get there. And I like the one that I got lucky enough to, oh Lord, is it not gonna? The hell is the name of? Anyway, I'm sure you guys know which one I'm talking about. But it sounds like this drive system, the parts will actually make a difference to how your car drives, and I think that's a cooler kind of change. Yeah. Beyond that, I also forgot to mention, if you are watching live, if you watch the Twitch stream for 20 minutes, you'll unlock the Warcraft 30th anniversary bundle, which will get you these 2 mounts, which are super cool looking, and you can use both of them on Alliance or Horde. You'll also unlock some things for Warcraft Rumble, as well as some presents in some packs for Hearthstone. So if you're interested, please consider joining the Twitch stream instead if you want to win those rewards. That noob, yes, known renown now a store, and you can queue for your care instead of account. Oh, so you can play your actual character? Oh, that's kind of cool. Wait, I suppose I didn't really look at that part of the screenshot too much. Is it you don't end up with just like a generic character? Ooh. Yeah, because it looks like it's built into the base mode. Wait, or am I missing what you're saying? You can queue for your character instead of account? Oh, there was an LFG type mode? Oh, that's kind of cool. I mean, yeah, because the first time around as well, you could customize your character, but I mean, it was kind of annoying having to rebuild the character, right? Like rebuild your character to make it look like whatever. It could be kind of cool if we could use our actual character. Although my suspicion is that they don't want you to have the feeling that your character is dying each time. They want it to kind of be a little separate thing. The old rewards are still available. I certainly hope so. Because I feel like it would be I'm sure they'll throw in some new rewards. Because why wouldn't they? There's a good chance that it's just recolors of different things. But as always, the main thing that I'm interested in, I think probably we get another one of these crocolisks, right? What was the other rewards that we got from Plunderstorm though? The other mounts. I remember them. There being. The heck is it called? Yeah. So these two, I'd be surprised if one of these doesn't end up coming from the revised Plunderstorm. Right? They're both marked as trading posts, but we've kind of seen in the past couple of weeks that they've been happy to change things from trading posts to like other things. I think they are still using trading posts. I think they do use trading posts sometimes as like just as a catch-all or as like a default. The hell is birds, parrots, quawks, royal sea feather. All right, sorry, it's on a keg leg. Yeah, so I got this mount, but I didn't unlock the Polly Roger, which, to be fair, is the cooler looking parrot mount. There was LFG type modal screenshot. Ooh. I mean, it could be kind of cool if you could just queue up while doing other things. But it looks like they are still having like a completely separate interface for it, right? Like this looks like you can't be logged into your character. Because the cool thing would be if like in between, either PvP queues or LFG queues, like dungeon queues or like LFR queues or whatever, you could then also queue up for Plunderstorm. I think that would be a really fun way of doing it. Maybe boat types are there. No idea. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, I really hope that that's what they do. I hope that you can either queue up directly through this, like the old school way, and maybe this is how you access the Plunderstorm and stuff like that. But it would be cool if you could also queue up while you're like in the game. You know what I mean? I mean, I say PvP queues and LFR queues and things like that. But realistically, for me, it's so that I can post auctions in between, in between running Plunderstorm. You know what I mean? But okay, what? Yeah, I think we've spent more than enough time on the news. Lord knows it's been almost 2 hours of us kind of just hanging out and talking about the news. Let's actually do some stuff. I'm trying to decide. All right, I think I know what we're going to do. I think what we're going to do is we'll do our usual gold making stuff, because I do need to start paying for some of these Brutos with new gold at some point. But okay, I wanted to take a look through the cross region, like the cross realm alts that I've been highly recommending everyone do. I actually posted on all of them. Like we reposted everything on stream on Wednesday, and then yesterday I did repost a bunch of auctions, which probably means that hopefully now we have at least 2 days worth of sales to take a look at. And so let's see what we did. I'm expecting that we have at least a token to 2 tokens worth of profit. But let's see. That may be a bit ambitious. Boom, 34,000 gold on this guy. Not too bad to start off with. And funnily enough, all these sales are from like 4 days ago. But yeah, so I mean, basically, if you're joining the stream do we have any first timers in the stream who may not be familiar with what my recommendations are for cross realm trading? Hey, Ezra said, welcome to stream. How's it going? Best of luck for the giveaway. How's your day going? How's your week? Got any fun plans for the weekend? I don't know about the cross-realm trading. Sure. So basically what I've been recommending for most people is that right now one of the best ways to make gold. I mean, if you look at things that sell on the region-wide auction house, right? I mean, things like potions or consumables, but by and large, right? Historically, this is where I've preferred to make more gold because it's been more scalable, right? But you'll see that even pretty optimized characters, there's not too much in the way of profitability, and prices are so all over the place that in a lot of cases you make, like, even this is showing 22% profit margin, but I guarantee you that the price on these will probably drop before I'm actually able to even sell them, right? And so even when you do see sort of rays of hope that seem like they may be good for gold making, it very frequently doesn't end up being actually profitable to craft these items, you know? And so instead, what I've been recommending to most people is craft items that sell on server-specific auction, like on the server-specific auction house. So things like the crafted PvP gear is great for this. Profession equipment is also amazing for this, right? And then of course you also have your like starter level 80, like the blue pieces, this gear here, right? And most of the gear crafting professions have items like this that they can craft. I don't think scribes got any. Well, I think scribes have some BOE staffs. Alchemists don't really have anything that meet this criteria. The main profession that I recommend for doing this on is going to be tailoring. And the reason being that tailors basically don't have a talent tree that specializes in profession equipment. Instead, you get that skill from, like you get the bonus skill for the profession equipment the tailors craft through the hats and robes trees. So, I'm such a newbie for this. Okay, let me hop onto a tailor so I can show you the exact build that I recommend. But basically, what you're gonna want to do is craft a whole bunch of this profession equipment, right? Things like the runed bismuth rod, right? Depends on how many characters you have, how many alts you have. But you'll craft items like the profession equipment. You'll craft the blue leveling gear, and then what you'll do is you'll stick it all in your warbank. Now, once it's in your warbank, what you can do is basically create level 10 or level 10 alts, ideally if you have allied races unlocked, probably worth doing it. And in specific, I recommend doing it with Volpera, which is one of the Horde allied races. It's a pretty short quest line to get them unlocked. Shouldn't take you more than like half an hour. And the reason I recommend the Volpera, there's a couple of reasons actually. One is that they start right here in Orgrimmar at the Valley of Honor. All you need to do is fly over to the Valley of Wisdom, to this area right here. And the reason that this is the GOAT spot for bankers, for bank characters, is because you have a mailbox, you have a vendor, if you're not really going to need that too much, but you have an auctioneer, you have the guild bank, the banker, all within spitting distance of each other. Plus you can say mounted, so it's even a little bit quicker to run between them. The other nice thing about Volpera is that they get 8 extra bonus bag slots that no other race does. So you already have a bit of they're just perfect characters for banker alts, right? And if you really need it, I don't think you would, but they also have return to camp, which is kind of a cool ability. It doesn't really help us too much for this, but basically you'll hop onto another server, right? Spawn here in the Valley of Honor, you'll get them over to the Valley of Wisdom, and then you'll head over to your warbank, and you can then basically pull all whatever crafted gear you want to sell on that server. If you use something like Trade Skill Master, you can use the shortfall to bags. It looks like it is working with the warband now, with the warbank, so this method just got even better. But basically you can pull everything out of the warbank by doing that, right? You just have to have Trade Skill Master operations created. Either way, you can also do this manually. Trade Skill Master will just make things a little bit quicker. But basically, yeah, I mean, then you'll come over here, right? Pull out a little bit of gold so that you can afford the deposit costs, and then list a whole bunch of the items on these other realms, right? And so it shouldn't take you more than, I would say, between like 3 to 5 minutes per server, right? TSM is too complicated. Yeah, so like I'm saying, Trade Skill Master will just make it a little bit quicker, but it's not, strictly speaking, there's no reason that you couldn't do it with something simpler like Auctionator, right? You just need to sort of be a little bit better about remembering what your crafting cost is for most of these items. But generally, these aren't super expensive to craft in any case. And yeah. Basically, you'll come over, you'll post all these on other realms, and then you will basically hop onto your log off, hop over to the next character, and do that for as many realms as you can. And I mean, as you can see, we made 34,000 gold, 34,500 gold on this realm alone. And I have maybe 10 alts like this. I haven't scaled up as much as I should, just because I've been lazy in all honesty. But this scales really, really well. Did I make all that gold by doing this? No, I didn't make all my. I mean, the most gold I've held so far was about 40. I think did we hit 41? 1 second. Let's see here. Oh yeah, sorry, we hit 41 and a half. We hit 41.5 million gold, so that's the most gold I've had so far. But I would say maybe about 20 million gold of that I made during Dragonflight, and then I made about 1.2 million. No, sorry, like 10, maybe about 10.5 million, something like that during the War Within so far. But I also I was more focused on having fun and making the streams interesting than I was in making a lot of gold, to be honest. And then the reason you're seeing this number go down is because I've been giving away Brutosaurs every week. So yeah. But I mean, to give you an indication of how much gold you can make with this, this is a very bad indication because of the fact that I haven't really been doing this super actively. But let's look at since the launch of the War Within. Just as an example, I'll exclude Illidan because that's my home realm. Although I do sell a lot of this gear on my home realm as well. But I've made about almost 4 million gold doing this. So 3.77 million gold is the revenue number that we're seeing here, of which my crafting cost would be less than realistically probably less than 200,000 gold for all the items that I sold. And the reason for that is just because the items that I'm selling, the profession equipment, the leveling gear, right, all that, the PvP gear, most of it is super cheap to craft. So to show you the build that I've been recommending to everyone, and the reason I love this build is because it's so versatile, is basically going into tailoring, and you want to max out hats and then robes, like I was saying, right, these two talent trees here. And once you've filled all that up, you'll come into textile treasures and then max out resourcefulness here. It's up to you how much you want to invest in this, whether you want to bother getting the blue profession equipment, right? If you're using a tool, I would definitely recommend picking up the resourcefulness tool. But you don't really need any of this stuff, to be honest. Sorry, 1 second. I think you were asking how long does it take to level up the crafting? Not that long at all. We did it live on stream a couple of weeks ago. I think if you see, I think the name of the VOD on my YouTube channel is I gave away the most expensive mount in the game. Listen, I'm not above clickbaiting, all right? I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I'm above clickbaiting, all right? But I can maybe drop a link to that for you if you wanna see exactly what you need to do. But yeah, it shouldn't take you super long. Don't you need to buy green items for it? 1 second. Let me answer your questions in order here. How long does it take to level up the crafting? Honestly, not that long. You can probably get it all done within about an hour. You can get the setup. It doesn't take that long. And the nice thing about selling across different realms is that you only need to do this on one character on one server, because the mats that you buy are going to be on the region-wide auction house anyway. So it doesn't matter what server you craft them on. And you're going to be selling them on other realms, but you're not selling it from this character in any case. So you only need to do this once, and it shouldn't take you more than an hour. And that hour is going to be basically leveling up the profession itself, like getting your skill up, but then also flying around and picking up all of the knowledge point items. And your best bet for that is picking up this add-on right here called Weekly Knowledge, which will give you basically if you click on the checklist feature right here, it'll tell you where you can find all of the different knowledge point items for each of the professions. This is a super rough and dirty summary, to be fair. I should probably link to the other video because I do go super in depth about it. Is it expensive to level up the profession / craft? No. We did it. We did the calculations live on stream, and it was less than 10,000 gold, and that was like 3 weeks ago. Prices have only gotten lower since then. That's the other reason I really like this tailoring build, because tailoring is super cheap to level up, and you can do so many different items with this build. I should probably stop hyping up the build and show it to you guys yet again. I'll do that in a second, but Adrell's still processing the stream to be its own video. Listen, I'm working on it, all right? One day, it's probably by the time that midnight launches, I'll have my War Within guides ready, all right? Don't you need to buy green items for it? Green, as in the green profession equipment? Well, so that's the other thing that's nice about tailoring, is one of the pieces of profession equipment you craft with tailoring itself. This robe, the artisan tailor's coat right here, and I'm fairly certain you pick that up either directly off the trainer, or does it come from? I don't think it comes from the talent tree, does it? Yeah, I think you literally get it off the trainer. Yeah, so it's super easy to pick that up, and you can craft that piece for yourself, which will save you a little bit of gold and stuff as well. But even the green version you'll pick up while leveling up. And then the other two pieces you can pick up off the auction house pretty cheap. If you have an engineer or you have a blacksmith, you can craft them for yourself. But again, I think we included in that 10 grand, included the green versions of these tools at rank 5. So, I mean, the same way that you're going to be creating these alts to sell these items, you can also check other realms to pick up the profession equipment cheaper on other servers and then transfer it back to your home server via the Warbank. Midnight's out 3 weeks ago. Okay, guys, there's my War Within gold making guide. Listen, if the stats are if the stat inflation is just as crazy in Midnight as it was in the War Within, it may not be a bad idea to craft some of this gear during Midnight. But so Ezra said, to finish off answering your question, so the build that I'm talking about is basically this one here. You'll go into hats, you'll max out hats and robes, and you'll focus on putting as many knowledge points as you can in here. Once you've done that, you'll basically put the rest of your points into resourcefulness, and then you're kind of done. You can go other ways with it, right? You can put points into other places depending on what you want to do. But honestly, you don't even need to have these maxed out. You'll start. Like, these items will be profitable well before that. It's just that's where you want to put points into so that you can craft these as cheaply as possible, right? Now, the items that I would recommend crafting in particular, and it's up to you how, which of these you want to sell, which ones you think are more interesting or fit your budget the best. I think the profession equipment is the easiest, and everyone should be doing these because these are super cheap to craft. Let me close some of these crafts in windows so it's looking less intimidating. And I'll just pull up the cost optimization window, which apparently I already have open. I have no idea where the hell it is, though. Dude. Ah, there we go. Okay, so, the professional equipment on North American realms is... like the hats are like 100 gold, and the robes are also like 100 gold to craft, right? I think you can get it cheaper if you probably use let's see here. Yeah, if you use rank 1 dust, about 100 gold to craft, right? And that's for all of these. And you can sell these, as you guys can see here, Let's actually pull up the sales numbers. Hat, weaver cloth gardening hat, right? I've sold these for as much as 24,000 gold, and then the bulk of them are in the thousands of gold, right? Do we have an average here? I don't think it has an average, but you can see that I've sold about 820,000 gold worth of these alone, of just hats, right? Of just green profession hats across all of these different servers. Right, I'm not even including Illidan on this. Like, my main server isn't even mentioned here. That's just the hats. Let's see what the amount is for robes. Robes is another 132,000 gold. So But I feel like that's because is it including all of the robes? Because the tailoring one is called the coat. Another 53,000 gold there. And I think that's all of these. But the ones that sell particularly well are the alchemist robe, because everyone and their mother is leveling up alchemy alts for either thaumaturgy or for concentration. The enchanter's hat sells really well, because again, everyone's leveling up enchanters, and tailoring as well, because a lot of people slapping tailoring on alts as well. So the first item that you're going to craft with this build is going to be this profession equipment. Super cheap, super easy to get into the market, right? With 1,000 gold, you can craft 10 of each of these, right? Yeah, and then you can list 1 or 2 per server and be selling on like 10 different servers, you know? So super, super cheap market to get into. The other items that you can craft that'll sell really well with this build is, they won't sell as well as a profession equipment. I should probably mention that, but do also sell pretty well, is this level 80 blue gear. I've noticed right now with how quickly you're leveling up characters, a lot of my characters are hitting level 80 with like Dragonflight gear still equipped, right? That's 490. So if I can pick up a piece of this gear that's 558, it'll get me to the point that I can queue up for something like LFR or whatever else a lot quicker. And so this gear does sell really well. The level 80 versions sell decently well, but the ones that sell particularly extremely well is this stuff, the level 71 gear, right? Because the eye level on this stuff is eye level 528, and most people in Dragonflight, like I played a lot of the launch event for the War Within, and most of my characters at most had maybe 502 eye level, so these 3 pieces, and if you can pick your own stats, right, a lot of people are willing to spend a little bit to make these a lot easier, to make their leveling journey a lot easier as well. So that's, I would say, the second category of items. First is profession equipment, second is these blue pieces of gear. Right. The third thing that you can do is you can craft the PvP, the green crafted PvP gear. It's super easy because these forged combatant heraldries are super cheap on the auction house. I think like literally under a gold, right? So you don't need to do any PvP. You can just buy the PvP crafting reagent off the auction house for, they're 15 silver in North America right now. And as you can see, even on Illidan, all these items are profitable for me to craft. I just haven't dedicated as much time to selling them on Illidan because of the fact that you have to undercut a whole bunch, right? So the larger servers are always going to be better for volume, but your margin's going to be way worse, and you're going to need to do things like cancel scanning and like making sure no one's undercut you super quick. Whereas on less populated servers, like all of these ones that I'm selling these items on, I can post them for like 24 hours, and if I get undercut, I don't really care because I'm doing it on 10 different servers. So even if half of those servers I get undercut right away, the other 5 servers I'm still going to be seeing sales on. And so, this is what I've done in the past 3 months. And keep in mind, if you see like when I've actually been selling things, it's by and large, I've not been doing this daily. If you were to repost these auctions daily, you'll see a lot more in the way of sales. The sales that I had just then, the 35,000 gold, my crafting cost for most of those items would have been, let's say, let's go on the higher end, maybe 250, 300 gold for each, right? I don't know how many items that was, but like maybe let's overestimate and say 5,000 gold to craft all those items that we sold for a 30,000 gold profit. And that was in just one post cycle. So it's, it's really, really simple to scale up. Oh, thank you so much for the sub, Al Castro. Did I say that right? Am I saying that right? On YouTube? Thank you for the YouTube sub. Al Castro, what's the name of the add-on that shows you market at other realms? Which one? So Trade Skill Master will do that. I think the free version will only give you what do you call it? Will only allow you to like download data for 10 different servers. You can run auction house auctionator scans on each of the servers if you want to populate prices. What add-on was that to show you what you sold on the auction house? Okay, so that okay, yeah. So this is called Journalator. If you drop exclamation mark add-ons into chat here, let me. it should give you a link to Journalator. Yeah, the last link on there is Journalator. And I also mentioned Weekly Knowledge earlier. So as Riz said, if you're looking for a link to that, you can pick it up from there. Stein, are you Alcastro on YouTube? Sorry, I missed your message on YouTube. Unfortunately, I don't have an easy way of combining chats. But yeah, Journalator is this add-on here. It's a lot easier to deal with, and it's a lot better at collecting data, I've found, than TradeScale Master. TSM sometimes misses things or gets kind of weird. Alcastro, give me a second. Let me drop the link for you. Unfortunately, YouTube chat's being kind of weird, or rather, Streamlabs is being kind of weird. The Streamlabs bot refuses to go onto the YouTube vertical stream for some reason. I don't know what's going on. I can only assume that the bot doesn't have phone, which is a BlizzCon reference. In case anyone missed that. But there you go, Alcastro. But yeah, so that's this add-on here is Journalator, and it's super handy because it not only tracks all that, but the other thing I really like about Journalator is that it also tracks crafting orders, and so it allows me to see things like the fact that the craft scan add-on that I've mentioned in previous streams it's made me so far this expansion like 1.3 million gold in crafting orders, which is kind of insane in and of itself. What's up, Lindsay? Welcome back to the stream. Stein, not on YouTube? Ah, okay. Sorry, you guys both asked the exact same question at the same time, so like I wasn't sure if it was if because I didn't respond to the YouTube question, maybe it was you. What's up, Lindsay? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. How's your day going? How's your week going? Anyone who's here for the Gummi Pet giveaway, by the way, make sure you drop !raffle into chat. That'll get you entered into the giveaway. You can enter on both Twitch and on YouTube. Just make sure you're followed or subscribed on either platform, like on both platforms if you want to be eligible to win the giveaway. And Twitch subs get 5 bonus tickets, not only to today's giveaway for the pet, but also to the Brutosaur giveaway that we're running every single week. And if you do win, like the bot's reminding everyone in chat, you can pick whether you want to take the Gummi Pet or the classic brick tabard instead, if maybe you're more of a transmog fan than a pet battler. That noob stuff the TSM somehow misses / loses, Journalator saves, it's nice. Yeah, I mean, I think it's good to have both of them up, right? And it's, yeah, I mean, that way you know that all of your sales are being recorded either way. Flip method, craft scan, huh? Yeah, give me a second. Let me just wrap up what I was saying about this tailoring build. And I'll explain craft scan because it'll make more sense then. But okay, so these recipes for the PvP gear, you can pick these up on other servers as well. So if they're not available on your server or they're too expensive, like the recipes for each of these, you can just use those same alts that you're using, like these guys, the level 10 alts that you're using to sell on other servers. You can also use them to pick up recipes cheaper on other realms, right? And you'll save yourself some gold that way as well. But the nice thing about these recipes is a couple of things. One, in Dragonflight, there was a new recipe every single season, and so the investment was only worth it for the season. They changed that in the War Within, and so in the War Within, you only need to pick up this recipe once, and then you have it for the full expansion. So when Season 2 drops, you're already ready to go. You already have all the recipes, and you can just buy the new version, like the new season's version of these items, and craft a whole bunch of that gear, and again do the same thing, sell it across all the realms, and you know that people will buy it because everyone's going to want to upgrade their gear for Season 2. Beyond that, before we get into craft orders that you can run with this build as well, which is where I'll explain craft scan, you can also, if you're looking to do more of a shuffle sort of a deal, you can craft these Pioneer's Cloth cuffs super cheaply. And you can slap enchanting on that tune and go disenchanting spec and disenchant them into crystals, as well as you can then shatter those crystals into dust. And so if you have like an enchanting alt army, or you're looking you're looking for something that you can do in between reposting on other servers, you can also do that, which is kind of nice if you're looking for something to do semi AFK. Beyond that, the other thing that, again, everything that I'm talking about is all just this one build that involves you going into hats and robes, right? So to recap, basically the build is you go into hats, right, and robes, and then finally you max out resourcefulness in extra threads under textile treasures. With that build, you can craft the profession equipment, the green profession equipment that sells really well. You can craft the blue like entry level or leveling gear. You can craft the PvP gear, right? As well as you can craft the bracers for disenchanting, and all the other things you can sell on other servers using the warbank and allied race alts like this. And basically, yeah, you'll pull the items that you're out of stock on that realm through the warbank, right? You can use Trade Skill Master if you so choose, or you can just manually keep track, right? I'm selling profession equipment from every single profession. If you're just doing this for tailoring, you're not gonna have as many items, so you're not gonna have to worry about it as much. You'd be fine just using something like Auctionator as well. But yeah, so that's all the basic items you can craft. On top of that, the build's not done. You can still make even more gold by doing crafting orders. So just by maxing out these trees, right, you'll be able to, you'll unlock the recipes for hats, robes, and quite a few of the others. I think there's only, I think basically it's just one, it's just belts, armbands, and mantles that you can't, well, you got to pick one of them, right? But wait, there's more. Exactly. But basically you can then do crafting orders for these, the epic gear, right? The spark gear. Tips aren't amazing these days. But if you're someone who's online and you can craft the whole thing, you may need to use something like a finishing reagent that gives you more skill, right? And if you do, make sure that you tell your customer that they need to pay you enough to cover the cost of that, or just use up your concentration. There's not really a lot of great uses for concentration on a tailor. And so if you're getting a 5,000 gold tip, screw it, do it. Like, honestly, that's a good amount of gold to make off of that. And you'll also unlock the first craft bonuses by doing that, which will get you some more knowledge points and also a little bit of artisan's acuity. But yeah, so you can do the spark gear. You can craft all that with, you can accept crafting orders for that. You can also accept crafting orders for the profession equipment, right? The blue profession equipment, you can pick up crafting orders for those, right? And there are still, every single day, there's people who are buying that. You can also do crafting orders for the PvP gear, because while we're going to be crafting the green versions of this gear for sales on the auction house, there is also a blue version and an epic version that the PvPers can get through the crafting order system, and those items. Yeah, so here we go, right? That can go up all the way to eye level 610 or 639 in arenas and battlegrounds. And so there are still going to be players who are trying to get these crafted for them. And the easiest way to get crafting orders, I would say, is picking up an add-on like Auto Flood, which will spam your chat channel. But honestly, I wouldn't even recommend really doing that. I did that all through Dragonflight and barely got any crafting orders, because generally if you're a customer, even when I'm trying to find someone who can craft something for me, it's very rare that I'll scan through trade chat to find someone who can do it, right? What's up, Dylan Carrero? Welcome to the stream. Joining us on YouTube. Best of luck for the giveaway. If you're looking for another ticket to the giveaway, make sure you hop over to Twitch, drop a follow, and drop !raffle into the chat as well, and that'll get you entered into the giveaway. And then Twitch subs also get 5 bonus tickets, not only to today's giveaway for the Gummi Pet or the classic brick tabard, right? You can pick whichever one you want if you do win the giveaway, but also for the Brutosaur mount, right? This guy right here. That comes with your very own auction house and mailbox wherever you go, so that you can make a whole bunch of gold that way. But sorry, coming back to what I was saying, yeah, you can do crafting orders for all of those. Spamming in trade chat, I tend to find doesn't really work super well. Instead, I would recommend picking up this add-on right here, and it's called Craft Scan. What it does, I'm just gonna minimize the window a little bit so that our vertical viewer viewers. I'm not sure how many people are watching the vertical stream, but so that they can see it as well. And it's this add-on right here. What this add-on does, you'll need to log into each of your alts that has War Within Professions, so that it can scan it once, like it can scan their professions once, right? You'll need to pop up in their professions window, click on the show craft scan button here, and I don't know where the window disappeared to, but you'll basically scan the add-ons that way. Again, check out. I'll link to the stream where I sort of walked through this entire thing. But what this does is basically it scans trade chat for people who are looking for items that you can craft. And when it does that, you can then set up customized greetings here. And so you can then click on the player's name here, and it'll whisper them with whatever the message you've set up is, right? Including if it's on an alt, so that they don't end up sending the crafting orders to the wrong character. So you can see here, this dude was looking for he was just looking for a blacksmith, and so it sent a message to him saying, "Hey, my alt Aeon, which is a different character than I'm on right now, has blacksmithing. What can I help you with?" You know what I mean? And yeah, you can use it to do that. You can also set up custom explanation, so you don't have to explain yourself every time, right? Yeah, including your commission and whatever it is as well. And this add-on alone, I would say, has made me at least about $1 million gold in basically straight profit, because it's commissions, right? It's the crafting order commissions. But so that's this add-on right here, and it does support multiple accounts as well. I forgot to mention when we were talking about Journalator, one thing to note is that Journalator doesn't support multiple accounts. So if you do play on more than one account, you'll need to manually add up the numbers or export your results and then track it in an Excel sheet. But okay, flip method. Was that helpful on CraftScan? And easy reset, or was that helpful on the tailoring build? Okay, no one's saying anything, so I'm going to assume that hopefully it was helpful to some of y'all. All right, we're also going to take a quick little break in a second here. Oh, I also forgot to mention, if you're watching on Twitch, if you watch for 20 minutes, you'll unlock the Warcraft 30th anniversary bundle, which gets you 2 mounts, which you can see in the bottom right corner of the screen, as well as gets you some like decks for Hearthstone and some rewards for Warcraft Rumble. Don't have any crafters for the craft scan, only concentration alts, but it's definitely useful. Yeah, so what I would say is, depending on what professions your crafting your concentration alts have, you may make more gold by selling your concentration for crafting orders in a lot of cases, right? So last stream we went through and looked at all the different professions, like how much gold you could make with concentration, right? And the highest was enchanting at I think about 20,000 gold. The second highest was inscription at like 11,500 gold. Everything else was below 10 grand. And so let's say you get a crafting order that's able to pay you, 5 grand for 500 concentration. Like you can pretty easily get that done. You know what I mean? Flip method, that was okay. Happy to hear it. I only got enchanter so far. There's no orders on that profession. Fair enough. What I would say is, well, I was gonna say the thing is, I have done a good. Actually, the most amount of gold that I've made from a single crafting order was actually with enchanting. Let me explain. So, everyone and their mother is setting up these enchanting concentration alts, right? As a result, yeah, exactly. The rune nullstone rod, there's not that many people who are specialized in it. And so, is it going to show up here? Yeah, I made 100,000 gold. I mean, again, that was early expansion to be fair. But you'll see quite a few of these rune nullstone rods in here. the Iron Claw rods as well. Admittedly, recently I've been lazy about logging over. But yeah, these rods alone have made me 230,000 gold, which is kind of nuts, right? But again, even if you're able to find someone who pays you 5 grand for it, if you're only using like 500 concentration, you may make more gold. And also, you don't have to worry about them like posting on the auction house and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I was super skeptical of the crafting order system for gold making, just because in Dragonflight I didn't make that much gold with it, and it always seemed like a bit of a pain in the butt. But then two things happened. One, the War Within concentration made it a little bit better, and there wasn't just like one crafter per server who would craft everything for everyone. And then second of all, I found out about the craft scan add-on, and I feel like this is craft scan is the hack that makes crafting orders like like easy enough to find customers for. But okay, let's take a quick little break. We'll come back and get back to the gold making. All right, see you guys in a few. All right, gang, and we are back. Welcome back, everyone. How's everybody doing? How's everything going? If you're here for the giveaway, make sure you drop !raffle into chat. You can enter on both Twitch and YouTube. So that'll get you 1 ticket each. Make sure you're followed or subscribed to be eligible to win the giveaway. Twitch subs get 5 bonus tickets, not only to today's giveaway of the Gummi pet, which is either at the top or the bottom of the screen, but also to the Brutosaur mount giveaway that we do weekly, and we're doing the Gummi pet giveaways weekly as well. And if you're followed or subscribed, you'll also get the go live notifications when we go live with those giveaways. That reminds me, we should probably check what the timer is showing. So it looks like we've got, let me refresh because it sometimes doesn't load properly. All right, we've got 1 hour and 5 minutes left on the timer. So, yeah, make sure you get your entries in. If you want to hop over to the other platform and do that as well, make sure you get that done. Also, if you have any friends or like family members or like guild mates or whatever who, enjoy collecting pets or tabards, please do let them know about the giveaway. It really helps me out. Discord, guild chat, whatever you feel like, it would really help me out and really mean a lot to me. So please consider doing that as well. All right, so we are going through our banker alts and seeing how much gold we've made. Did we already do a post scan on this dude? I feel like we did. All right, let's see here. So this guy only made about 17,000 gold. And let's hop over to the next one. On this guy, I'm trying to think what I should craft. I think we figured out the concentration was kind of dog water, so we're not going to bother with that. I think I did say that I was going to do something with alchemy on today's stream, so we'll try and see if we can make a little bit of gold with alchemy. Because Lord knows I've been very not dedicatedly trying all expansion, and I haven't really made that much gold with alchemy, even though I know that there is a lot of potential gold to be made with alchemy. Chat, any tips for alchemy? I'm not going the thaumaturgy route. I just cannot be bothered to do all the math behind it, and I've watched like a dozen videos probably at this point and read like a bunch of write-ups and things about how thaumaturgy works, and it just all seems way too complicated for me to be bothered to like fully wrap my head around it. But okay, this guy's also a little light. 10,000? Jeez. But hey, gold is gold. And with the profit margins being what they are, I mean, that's still, you're still talking about like 8,000 gold probably in profit. Yeah, these items are super cheap to craft. I mean, the Weaver Cloth fishing cap, right? We just saw it cost me 100 gold to craft this. I sold it for 500 gold on the server. And some of these items are selling for a lot more than that. I mean, the Draconium skinning knife, 3,400, right? Do we have enough bag space to restock everything we need to? I don't think so. I think we'll probably have to post on the auction house and then come back to the war bank. But that's basically the best way to transfer things between servers, is just using the war bank. Now, I happen to use I happen to have a guild with all my tunes in it that's like cross realm. And so I do use that as well, but it works perfectly fine in the war bank. Like the war bank works great for it as well. So don't worry about having to have like a cross-realm guild or anything like that. The main reason I use the cross-realm guild is because of the fact that I play on multiple accounts. If you're playing on one account, then the warbank is probably the easier and better option. And I was talking about this last stream, but interestingly, you may see that there's also some Dragonflight PvP gear that I'm listing up here. And mainly it's just leftover inventory from like the end of Dragonflight that I was selling on these other servers. And initially I had them in my bags and I didn't realize I had them there, but I had the Trade Skill Master group form, so it would just automatically get like I would end up posting them anyway. And they still kind of sell sometimes. As a result, I've decided, okay, I may as well, like, if people are buying them every now and then, right? This I was just going to vendor this for 3 gold. Even if I sell one of these a month for like 10,000 gold, it doesn't really take me too much time to post them up. So that's why you're seeing some Dragonflight items in here as well. It's just old inventory I had lying around. And when it sells, it's a nice little bit of profit. Stein, best of luck for the giveaway. All right, auctions posted. I think we said we were going to hit the war bank and pull out some more inventory. No, nothing to move. Oh, that's nice to see. I think I didn't create groups for all of these. Has anyone tried crafting the Dragonflight items in the War Within? Because the way it works is basically the stats that you have on the War Within profession tools and equipment are kind of broken when it comes to calculations for Dragonflight. Here, let me give you an example of what I mean. Right, if we swap over to Dragonflight, right, you'll see that even with the War Within, like with the War Within profession gear equipped, my crafting stats are just goofy on all these, right? 71% resourcefulness, 15% multi-craft. If I swap to a multi-craft tool instead, we shoot up to 44% multi-craft, which is just goofy, right? And a lot of these items will still sell pretty well. Dude, greased up gears at 308%? Screw it, let's craft some of these. All right, let's do that. I was literally just pulling it up to show you guys. I don't know why I'm running back to the auction house. It's just muscle memory, all right? Getting a Bruto doesn't make you forget where you came from. But okay, let's go ahead and queue up some of these, I guess. These greased up gears, I think, is the one that we... Oh, look at the region average daily sold on those. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. All right, let's advance optimization this. What the heck did the price just fall? Something's kind of weird. Handful of Ceravite bolts, not profitable. Greased up gears. We're maxed out on the talent tree. The heck? Why did it drop all of a sudden? That's kind of weird. I mean, to be fair, 308% did sound too good to be true. Why isn't... Should we do the recipe scan real quick? All right, let's swap to Dragonflight and let's go ahead and hit scan recipes here. Okay, it looks like the 308% profit margin is instead on ever-burning blasting powder, which I'm fine. I'll craft that instead. But is the sale rate, dude? The sale rate on all of these is pretty sick. I think it's probably because people are buying these to scrap them, right? $25,000 gold on this guy, not too bad. Check that out. I am wondering if there's any of this profession equipment that I need to like restock on. Because I wonder if I've sold out on any of this stuff in my guild bank. Because these items are as you guys can see, these items are profitable on Illidan, let alone on other servers, right? Like these bismuth fisher friends have sold for so gosh dang much on other servers. Lapidary's bismuth clamps right here, 1,400 gold. Right, the blacksmithing ones, 2,200. Weaver cloth enchanter's hat. This is what I was showing you guys. This cost me 100 gold to craft. We sold it for 4,000 gold on the server. The chef's hats as well, 100 gold to craft, 950. Not too bad, right? It's like, let me change up the music as well. Let's do guild bank, shortfall to bags, nothing to move. Hey Leah, welcome. Welcome back, how's it going? Chat went awfully quiet. Perfect, it's Friday. That noob, I'm still working. Ah, fair enough, fair enough. All right, so that's another alt down. Oh, we should probably list our toys too, huh? I'm just gonna hit select alt, post selected, and let's see what happens. None of the items on this in this guy's bags do I care about. So if they sell for a profit, they sell for a profit. I'll be here to collect the gold. But okay, let's come back to engineering real quick. If we ignore all the toys, because the thing with the toys is like they will sell with stupid profit margins. The problem is you're just not going to reliably sell any. Like you're going to have to post them quite a few times to sell them. And if you sell them on a server that isn't super busy, you know, you're just going to have even fewer sales. It may sell for more, but you'll have to repost a whole bunch of times. And if it's on a server that is super busy, someone's going to undercut you most likely. So what's more interesting here is looking at items that you sell on the region-wide auction house. We're looking at the Dragonflight crafts here, by the way. Yeah, so like these reinforced machine chassis, I'm surprised to see that the sale rate's so low on them, but maybe that's because the price just got high on them. 699 gold, that's what you like to see. So the idea is that you can use the super funky scaling that Dragonflight crafts get from War Within tools, right? 329 multi-craft is decent for the War Within, but it's insane for Dragonflight crafts. So you can see our multi-craft here is 44% and our resourcefulness is 35%. Which basically means that yeah, you can do some pretty goofy things. I want to see what happens if I throw on the crafting speed buff here. Right, we didn't have that up before. Let's refresh this because it's at 75% crafting speed. I think 75% crafting speed is probably the cap. So somehow we're at cap for crafting speed on these, which is kind of crazy. Oh, best of luck for the giveaway, Leah. 44% profit margin, 90% if we use the right mats. Should we send it? Should we attempt this? Best of luck for the giveaway, Legendarism. Boom, another server, another alt, another set of gold to pull out of the mailbox. Looks like 20,000, but I think there's also some unread mail. Let's wait for it to refresh. $22,000, not too bad, not too bad. And again, like I'm saying, this is all the same. This is all the same stuff, right? The Weaver Cloth gardening hat, 1,200 gold. Like we just saw earlier on stream that it was going to cost me 100 gold to craft this, right? And this is what I was saying, like the draconic, the Dragonflight PvP gear is somehow still selling. Check this out, like it's a Dragonflight trinket. It's the Dragonflight PvP trinket. It's not even like with the other gear. I kind of always think, maybe people are buying it for transmog. With the trinket, clearly they're not buying it for transmog. I guess people are just trying to compete in that PvP bracket, or they're looking for a high enough eye level item that they can like slap on an alt to level them up or something like that, right? 4,500 gold for an item that I would have vendored for about 5 gold. So it's not a terrible idea to, if you're looking to branch out into more interesting things, you can probably also make a decent bit of gold by crafting the Dragonflight PvP gear. Let's see what the numbers are looking like for, the what do you call it? The engineering PvP gear is kind of trash. But even so, I mean, yeah, it's still selling for stupid amounts, right? Now, the sale rate isn't going to be as high. But yeah, I can craft this for like 1,800 gold, and it's selling on Illidan, which is as full of a server as you can get for 15,000 gold, right? Now, again, this has entered transmog territory where you're probably not going to see a lot of sales, but they will sell at some point or the other. And so it's not a bad idea to maybe even get into crafting those. I probably wouldn't go about setting up an alt specifically for this because it's going to take you ages to grind out enough Dragonflight knowledge points to make it worth it. But if you have, maybe characters that have Dragonflight professions on them, it's not a bad idea to just do a little bit of scan, see what Dragonflight items they can craft, and maybe craft a couple of them and try listing them on either your server or on some of these other servers, right? If you've got alts that are going to be selling on these other servers anyway, then load them up. That noob, yeah, can only chat once in a while and then back to work. Fair enough, fair enough. But okay, let's go ahead and post all these auctions here, and then we've got I think 4 or 5 more alts left to go. And again, like as you guys are seeing, it doesn't take more than a couple of minutes per alt to quickly repost everything and then move on to the next one. And each of these alts is bringing in 10 to I think 35 was the most we've had today. But again, that's also because that's with one post cycle. So you got to figure the more of these alts that you're able to set up, and they're super trivial to set up. They don't really take much time or energy or effort to set up. I mean, you can literally have them good to go in the same 5 minutes that you would use to post on an existing alt. Actually, you know what? Let's maybe let's do that as well. While we're waiting for this dude to log in, I'll show you guys how to. I'll show you guys how I identify other realms to sell these things on. I can never remember the gosh dang name of the site. But okay, so if you're trying to figure out what realms to create these alts on to sell, right? Because not all realms are going to be equal. and you'd probably want to have a bit of data going into it prior to setting up one of these alts, right? Because even if it doesn't take that much time, you still only have 50 slots for characters, and you also don't want to be wasting your time. And so what I would recommend doing is coming to a site like Undermine Exchange. I'll drop a link in chat to this. Sorry, 1 second. Looks like I gotta... Okay. Just want to make sure I'm not missing any YouTube messages. But okay, I would come over to a site like Undermine Exchange. I think TradeSkill Master also offers some similar data. And I think that there's a couple of other sites that also have this like API access. But what I would do is I would come over and I would pick an item, right? Like maybe the rifle, right? The, what's it called? The... you know what, let's do it with something simpler. Weaver cloth enchanter's robe, is it? Or hat? Choose a realm. You can pick any realm for this, because I'll show you what we're going to do in a second here. So just make sure it's in your region. Right? I think it's actually the enchanter's hat. Weaver cloth enchanter's... Does this guy not have bags? He does have bags, so... Don't know why his bags are so full. Boom, Weaver cloth enchanter's hat, right? You'll search up one of the items that you're looking to sell, and then it's just a matter of finding the highest eye level piece here. Don't you guys have bags? Well, I mean, I was joking earlier that I don't think Streamlabs the Streamlabs bot has phones, because it never seems to want to pick up the giveaway entries from the mobile version of the stream. But okay, so you'll click on the item, and then what we really want to see is we'll come down to the bottom here and take a look at at this section here, right? Which basically allows you to see what realms these items are selling for the highest price on. And what I would do is I would try and find a server that has a good balance of price, but also not too much in the way of competition, right? Servers like this that have like 4 or 5 of them posted, they're going to be a good call just because of the fact that there's probably not going to be a lot of other people posting on those realms, right? If there's only 4 auctions up, that could be one other person that you need to compete with for being the lowest price. That aside, you got to keep in mind if for the profession equipment, they all have the same stats, so you don't need to worry about that too much. But if you're looking at the profession tools, right, that have different stats on them, or if you're looking at these like the blue level 80 gear, right, you can sell that. If there's 4 listed, there's a good chance that one of the stat combinations probably isn't available, and you can be the only one selling that on that realm. Now, again, your sale rate is going to be a lot lower, but that's why we're creating so many of these cross-realm bankers, so that we're sort of spread out across a whole bunch of different servers. And so even if half of the servers sell nothing, the other half, get a decent amount of sales, and that'll more than make up for the servers that don't sell, because it's not going to be the same servers that you're making sales on every single day. And so you'll see, like, this tune made 15,000 gold, right? The last one, the first one we looked at, made 35,000 gold, and the lowest we've had from any of these cross-realm banker alts has been 10,000 gold. But again, if you got 10 of those characters, that's 100,000 gold in profit right there, right? Well, let's say 100,000. Worst case scenario, you've got 100,000 gold in sales, and your crafting cost is maybe 5,000 gold. Because most of these items, I mean, things like this Weaver Cloth Chef's Hat, right? We're going to be posting. Well, we're not going to be posting because the price is because we've already posted it, but it's selling for 2,000 gold, and our crafting cost was 100 gold. Hey, what's up, Midori? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Kristeline. Am I saying that right? Kristeline? Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for the follow, both of you. If you're here for the giveaway, make sure you drop !raffle into the chat, and you can pick your choice of either if you do win, you can pick between either taking the Gummi pet, which is this guy right here, right? Which is only available through a promotion in the U.S. But I don't live in the U.S., but I managed to get someone to buy some candy on my behalf and get some codes for us to give away on stream. But you can pick if you want the Gummi Pet or if you want the classic brick tabard. And just dropping !raffle into chat will get you entered into the giveaway. You can enter on both Twitch and on YouTube. So each of those will get you one ticket to the giveaway respectively. Just make sure you're followed and or subscribed on Twitch and YouTube so that you're eligible for the giveaway. The other thing you can do if you want a better chance of winning is hopping over to Twitch, and then Twitch subs get 5 bonus tickets to the giveaway. That includes Prime. So by the way, I'm realizing I forgot to mention that most of the stream today. But if you have a Twitch Prime, if you're an Amazon Prime member, you get a Twitch Prime subscription completely free included in your membership. So it'll cost you nothing. And when you hit the subscribe button on Twitch, you'll just check a little box that says use Twitch Prime, and it's completely free to you. Really helps me out and also gets you 5 bonus tickets to not only the Gummi Pet giveaway for today, but also to the weekly Gummi Pet giveaways that we're doing, but also the Brutosaur mount giveaway that we're doing every single week. And so if you sub, you'll get 5 bonus tickets to both of those giveaways every single week. So please consider subbing if you want to help me out and you want to increase your odds of you want to increase your chances of winning. But okay, we've got 40 minutes left on the giveaway. So if you're make sure you get your entries in on both Twitch and YouTube if you're interested, and also if you have any friends or guildmates or acquaintances, right? Maybe a colleague, right? that you think may be interested in winning a pet, a tabard, or maybe the Brutosaur mount. Please do let them know as well. Discord, guild chat, right? Really helps me out. Oh, and also if you guys watch on Twitch for 20 minutes, you'll unlock the Warcraft Anniversary Bundle, which, do I have the window open? I think I want to say this one. Yeah, which will get you basically these 2 mounts in WoW. You can use both of them on Alliance or Horde. They're not like faction specific, right? And they're 2 pretty cool looking mounts. You'll also get some rewards for Warcraft Rumble, as well as 2 packs for Hearthstone. So make sure to claim your drop if you're interested in that. Okay, so we're done posting on the auction house. We're just doing a little bit of cross-realm trading, right? It's honestly where I think the best like gold per hour is going to come from these days, outside of maybe like farming or something like that, right? If you're selling boots, probably still pretty good gold per hour, right? But if you're looking for auction house gold, I think cross-realm trading is kind of where it's at, and this is just one way that I'm doing it. You can also use this for flipping, right? You can use an add-on. You can use a website like this to find servers that items are much cheaper on. I mean, in this case, you don't even need to actually have a tailor set up. You could very easily do this by just buying up all of these, buying up let's say a dozen Weavercloth Enchanters hats on a server like Sargeras or Illidan, and pick them up cheap here and sell them on one of these servers here. You didn't even have to bother crafting. And the Warbank just makes it super, super easy to transfer items between realms. And I think a lot of players may not have picked up on that yet. So, definitely a super easy way to make a nice little bit of gold there on the side. Ooh, a lot of sales on this server. But yeah, 25,500 gold. So I mean, we're averaging like 25,500. We're averaging about, what would you guys say? I would say we had 110, we had 135, and the rest I feel like have been in the 20 to 25 range. So with just 10 alts, you've already gotten a token every time you go through. So you could very easily be doing a token a day, right? And that's not even you got to keep in mind, I'm not even selling all of the crafted PvP gear. I literally have like 2 or 3 pieces of crafted PvP gear that I'm selling on all these realms, or maybe 3 or 4, but either way, I mean, as you can see on my Taylor, right? I don't even have, well, I'm not logged onto the Taylor anymore, I guess. Forgot about that. Yeah, so just with tailoring alone, you could be making a lot more gold than I'm already doing right now. I'm lazy. I'm lazy, and I got especially lazy after I hit 41.5 million gold, I guess, was the highest. But I'm still interested in doing gold making stuff, both because I like teaching people, and more importantly, I'm trying to do as many Brutosaur giveaways as I can before the Brutosaur amount goes away again. But okay, let's go ahead and sell all this. Did we? I think we did the shortfall to bags on both the War Bank and the Guild Bank, so we're good. This is a lot of spare inventory that's lying around. I should probably dump it back into the. Should we just put it in the war? Yeah, it's good. I'm gonna put it in the War Bank. Actually, the main thing that I'm pumped for this weekend, I don't know if we have any combat sports fans in chat, but yeah, like I don't have much in the way of like social plans, I guess. But I'm super pumped for well, the UFC fight card. Do we have any MMA fans in chat? Got John Jones, Stipe Miocic. I think that fight's kind of going to be a bit of a wash, unfortunately. But we'll see. I feel like Stipe could still surprise us. We'll see what happens, I suppose. But I think, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's. I also don't know if anyone in chat cares about MMA. But Lord knows, that's MMA's been the only sport that ever finally got me. Like growing up, is never like a soccer fan, football, right? Like none of the things. Like none of the sports really appealed to me all that much. Basketball, baseball, like right. None of those things really got me. And then like, I want to say 4 or 5 years ago, I started watching the UFC, and yeah, it's got me hooked. Don't even know where to watch it. Only see bits on the YouTube, and that's it. Fair enough. Well, it's so if funnily enough though, if you live in the States, it's like way more expensive to be an MMA fan than it is living a lot of other places. Like where I live, I just pay a monthly subscription, which admittedly did get more expensive in the past year because they used to have their own app, and it was like super, like it was like a couple dollars a month, and that gave me access to not only the full fight library but then also all of the pay-per-views, which is undoubtedly a great deal. They did jack up the price a little bit, but it's still like maybe $100 a year now for the subscription, and I get to watch all of the pay-per-views, all of the events live and everything like that. But yeah, I think in the States you have to like be subscribed to ESPN Plus, and then I think there's like a UFC package or something, and then the pay-per-views are like $85 a pop, I feel like. And some of these pay-per-views are not they're just not worth $85, right? Like they're clearly just filling like contractual obligations. Which I don't know, always seems kind of funny to me. 100 a year sounds good. Yeah, it's not bad. Listen, I'm not complaining. I like I'm saying, I'm a little spoiled because I was used to spending like $30 a year, right? But $100 compared to like considering that includes all the pay-per-views, which like American fans would be paying $85 a pop for. Yeah, you're not gonna hear me complaining about it. But yeah, it's a pretty sick fight card that they've got lined up for this weekend. Super stoked for that. It's annoying though, because in my time zone, like it's 8:40 p.m. for me right now. The fight card's happening at Madison Square Garden, so it's gonna be like 5 a.m. and there's no shot that I'm gonna wake up at 5 a.m. Like I love MMA, I do, but there's dang near no shot that I'm gonna wake up at like 5 a.m. to watch the fights live. Let's see. Let me see what time fights are gonna be in my time zone. I'm 3 hours ahead of you. Yep. So if you're GMT, I'm basically GMT plus 4. Okay, the fight's at 7. Well, the main card starts at 7 a.m. Yeah, no shot that I'm waking up at 7 a.m. To watch fights. What I generally do is like I'll sleep in a bit, right, on a Sunday, and then I just don't check any social media or like hop on YouTube, which isn't easy because I spend a lot of time like watching stuff or like doom scrolling on Reddit, right? And I just hold off on doing like any social media or anything until after I watch like the entire card, and that's how I deal with the wacky timing. But yeah, crazy fight card this week on the UFC. The other thing that's happening is Mike Tyson, Jake Paul is happening, and that's on Netflix too. Which is kind of crazy because I don't know if Netflix has done any like live sports in the past. I think that's what I was looking at is happening at like 5 a.m. In my time zone, which is not great. Also kind of crazy that Netflix decided to go up against the UFC because basically John Jones, who a lot of people consider the greatest of all time, is fighting on like 2 hours later. So around the same start time, actually, because the prelims will start at 5 a.m., I think. So it's wild that Netflix like invested how much ever money and energy, like effort and whatever, like all of the things that I can only imagine that that Netflix would have invested to get to make the like Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight happen. It's wild that they would pick a weekend that like the UFC is putting on one of their biggest cards. Like, surely they could have done it on a week that the UFC was kind of weak on and not go head-to-head, but maybe that's the point. But I don't know. It seems kind of weird because, like, presumably there would be some overlap, right, between the boxing fans and the UFC fans, and especially since it's on Netflix. Like, most people have a lot of people have Netflix subscriptions, right, or they could sign up for the free trial, right, to watch that as well. You would think that they would want to like maximize the number of people that they have watching it, right? And I don't know. It seems like a very strange choice that they would have it not only go up on the same weekend, or you know what? Never mind. I'm a moron. I'm getting confused because of the fact that the Tyson Jake Paul card is tonight. And UFC is tomorrow. All right, that makes a lot more sense. Because I was like, why on earth? Because I know boxing will sometimes do that. Some of the other promoters will try and do that. They'll try and go head-to-head with the UFC. And it never makes sense to me. But I'm sure they have some sort of insight that I don't. Or who knows anymore, man. Can't watch it, but I'm sure Mike wins with a KO in the first round. You think so? I want to believe, right? I want to believe that that's what happens because it just makes sense. But like in MMA, there's this thing called MMA math where like the thing that should happen will not like never ends up actually working out. You know what I mean? Or not never, but very often doesn't end up happening. Does Jake even have a chance to win? I think so. Mike is like 60. And Jake, I mean, he admittedly, look, let's be real here. The dude doesn't look great for. I think he's 29. He doesn't look 29. All right, I don't know if it's allegedly maybe some Mexican supplements, right? Like I don't know what's going on with Jake, but he looks rough for his age, but he's still half the age, right? And he also did gain he did also put on a whole bunch of weight. And some of that is muscle, but he clearly put on a good bit of fat with that as well. But make no mistake, the dude's still way, way younger. Like, he's way more in his athletic prime than Mike is, you know what I mean? And it's also been a while since Mike competed. Now, Jake did get ruffle stomped kind of by what was it? Tyson Fury's younger brother, right? The hell's his name? Tommy Fury, right? That was the only legit boxer that Jake Paul has fought, and he lost that fight. I'm not a huge boxing fan in that there's no shot that you're gonna get me to watch just plain old boxing. But being an MMA fan, there's been so much crossover in the past couple of years that I very casually watch boxing if there's a crossover fight like that, right? The Ngannou fight, I'll watch Ngannou fight. I watched the Conor McGregor fight. I watched highlights of some of the other ones, right? But I honestly think Jake has the better chance of winning. I hope Mike Tyson does win that fight, but I also don't believe that. I also find it hard to believe that a 60-year-old is going to be knocking out even Mike Tyson. I don't know though, man. It's so hard to say. It's so hard to call. I haven't looked at the betting odds, but I would be very surprised if Jake wasn't the favorite to win. There was a training compilation of both. It was funny to watch. I saw that, and I was tempted. I was like, all right, I'm probably going to watch the fights just because it's easy. It's on Netflix, right? It's easy for me to watch the fights tomorrow. And so maybe I'll actually watch the card, right? And there's an Indian boxer on there. I have no idea what's going on. I know very little about the Indian boxing scene. But still, right? Your countryman's on the card. I feel like it's a responsibility to support, right? And so I'm tempted to watch. I probably want to catch that fight as well. The heck is going on? What is it? Are my bags lagging? Why is it pulling this stuff out of the war bank and then not showing up in my bags? Oh, thank God. Oh, good Lord. It was just an interface thing. Thank God. After the bugs that Blizzard left in with the guild banks, I don't trust anything anymore. Baginator and or the Warband connection not refreshing at the same time. Yeah, I don't know. It's doing something goofy. My ping's not that bad relative to what it usually is. It's not a great ping, but keep in mind, I live in the Middle East and play on North American servers. My ping's never going to be as low as I would hope for. Okay, seems to be working now. Boom. I have no idea what server this dude's on. Lord knows he doesn't even have the Bruto store up. But hey, if it's a server that exists, I'll list up my items and see if we can sell them. Oh, this must be a high pop server. The prices are kind of trash. But no, sorry, what I was trying to say was that I was like, oh, maybe I should watch the documentary and get into it. But then it was it's like a TV show, which is which I don't have the time for. I don't have the time and patience for that, right? If the UFC does a really good job of packaging their product. Because what they do is in the lead up, they have the same thing, the same sort of thing. And it's called UFC Embedded. But they're 8-minute videos that go up on YouTube every day leading up to the fight, just showing you how the fighters are training, right? where their mind's at, it shows you their family, right? Them hanging out with their kids, all that, all of the mental and physical preparation that they're doing for the fights, right? Which is really cool, and it's completely free on YouTube, so you get hyped, and they release one every single day in the lead up to the fight. So like come fight night, you know like the mental struggles, the like physical struggles, right? Like the complications and things like that the fighters had going into it. So it becomes a lot more relatable, as much as you can relate with a cage fighter, right? Like let's be real here, like I'm not gonna lie, I'll watch it while like brushing my teeth sometimes. I may like flex a little bit in the mirror, but at no level am I like, oh, I can understand what these guys are going through, right? Like but still, like it's like an interesting way of getting to know the fighters a little bit more and being a bit more invested in it. Because then come fight night, you kind of, you know what I mean? It's easier to like pick a favorite or like, you know. And I think the UFC does a really good job of packaging it that way. And I don't know, maybe I don't think any other sport does this quite as good. A buddy of mine told me that Drive to Survive, like the Netflix documentary series about the F1, is kind of like that, and like that's what got him into watching the F1. Is like he watched Drive to Survive season 1 and then like knew who the players were, was like invested in their backstories, and like kind of had all that background information. And yeah, I don't know why more sports don't do that. I think part of it is probably also because of the fact that the UFC is a newer sport, right? And it really became big in the like social media era. And so it's easier to like bring people up to speed and you know what I mean, there's only about 20 years of history, whereas for a lot of other sports, like you're talking about, you know, over 100 years worth of history, so it's a lot harder to do something like that. But I feel like that's yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'd probably be able to get into a lot more sports, including boxing, if there was like an easy access point for it, you know what I mean? What is a work order add-on called? Where can you see? Where you can see? Oh, thanks to that noob for dropping the link. The hell was I supposed to do on this guy? Oh yeah, we were gonna check expired auctions and. Oh no, that's not a good sign. The fact that we don't have more mails means that probably a couple of my mails have expired and fallen off. Are you rolling in 30 minutes? Let's double check the timer. Actually, good point. 20 minutes. All right, 20 minutes till we announce a winner of the giveaway. Again, one entry on Twitch, one entry on YouTube, and then Twitch subs get 5 bonus tickets to today's giveaway, as well as the Bruto and what do you call it, Gummi Pet giveaways that we're doing weekly. Yeah, so please consider subbing. Twitch Prime counts as well, right? Costs you nothing if you're an Amazon Prime member, and really does help me out. Beyond that, also, if you have any friends or guildmates or you know, whoever else that you think may be interested in winning the pet or the mount, please do let them know in chat. Fader, what's up? Welcome back. How's it going? So my main account is almost full of characters. I can't delete any because Blizz didn't implement the Warbound reps for old reps. I can't do server stuff like you. Didn't implement the Warbound reps for old reps. So you have like all 50 character slots on like on one server? Am I understanding you right? I'm trying to think of a way around that. Because if they're all leveled up and like you don't want to waste the leveling, that could make sense. In which case, then you are probably tied a little bit more to trying to sell things on your server. But I would say you probably have like 1 or 2 slots, right? So you could definitely get started that way. And what I would do is I would just do that until you can make it a little bit of gold to pay for a second account, and then just run all that on the second account, because it'll more than pay for itself. I mean, as we saw, just like in one cycle of like 10 characters, we made enough for a token, right? In like 1 day posting that paid for the entire month of that account. So yeah, I mean, I would say maybe that's your best bet, is just like investing in getting a second account. Because I suppose you could server transfer some of your characters, but I don't know if that would. You could definitely make the numbers work if you really wanted to, right? Where is does it show up in game? Character transfer here. I mean, honestly, $25. I'd rather put that towards like a new account, right? I feel like that's your better bet. And that way you can also do things on your main account while you're like auction housing on your second account. Which was the whole reason that's the main reason that I have 2 accounts, is because that's what I used to do in like up until Dragonflight. And then in the War Within, I'm gonna call it a mistake. I made the mistake of buying the War Within for both of my accounts. And while I thought that would be more efficient because I could do things like pick up all of the knowledge points at the same time on 2 accounts and stuff like that, I actually think it made me less efficient. Because now this account is supposed to just be for auction housing, but I have level 80s on this account as well. And so generally, if I'm doing something out in the open world, like let's say a world quest, I'm like, well, I should take along another one of my 80s on this account. And so, yeah, I would say if you're gonna take anything away from this, 1 account for just bankers, worth it. 2 accounts with the War Within, unless you really want to do something crazy, like unless you really got a good reason, I wouldn't recommend getting the latest expansion on both accounts. But yeah, so Fader, in your situation, I would say, either like set up 1 or 2 of those cross-realm bankers to like generate enough gold so that you can buy a token and activate a second account, and then fill that account with cross-realm bankers. But okay, so let's do this real quick. Let's see how much we got in total, because we had, I think it was about 10 characters, right? And if we uncheck Illidan here, so in the past week, so in 1 post cycle of like going through and posting everything once, we made 325,000 gold in profit, and the bulk of that profit, the bulk of these items we sold at just stupid margins, right? So, I mean, like all these bismuth fabric cutters and things like that, the crafting cost is, our profit margins at least 50%, in some cases as high as like 80 or like even higher percent, right? And so easily we made a token just by going through those 10 characters, right? Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, exactly 10 characters. Damn, I nailed it. Look at me with my mental math. 10 characters, we did, 342,000 gold in the past week. And that was with me reposting twice. We reposted on Wednesday's stream. I don't think I reposted on Monday's stream. And then yesterday I logged on and reposted just because I wanted to have a bit of better data. And so in 2 reposting cycles, we made a token with just 10 alts. You have 50 slots on your account. So you can easily do more than that. And each of those alts, I mean, as we saw in today's stream, doesn't take more than 5 minutes to post all the auctions. And in doing that, you only need to actually have each of these professions set up on 1 character on 1 server. And it doesn't matter what server they're on, because the mats that they're buying to craft these items are available on the region-wide auction house anyway. And then you drop items, you drop everything into your war bank, right? And use that to transfer to different servers. So pretty easy, pretty scalable, because even if we've got 11 people on the Twitch stream right now, right? Even if all 11 of us, 12 including me, were to go do this, right? There's something like 200 servers per region, 200 plus servers per region. And so the odds of us all picking the same 50 servers is super, super slim. And even if we do, we'll be doing it at different times. You know what I mean? Like all of the servers in WoW is more than enough space for everyone viewing this. It'll probably get like a couple hundred views on YouTube if I'm lucky, right? Touch wood. And even then, even if like half of those people, right, like even if 50 or 60 of us were to do this, it would, like, we would still not be able to satisfy all of the demand, just because of the fact that there's always going to be more people than that who are setting up alts for concentration craft. So the profession equipment alone will always be a bigger market than that. That noob old drops will become account-wide, 1 expansion at a time. Dragonflight plus Time Walk, the War Within already. Shadowlands soonish, I assume, and then going more to the older ones. Yeah, I mean, that's what we were looking at earlier on the stream, we were going through all the Warcraft Direct news and looking at the timeline. And they did mention at a certain point that they're, like, at some point in the next in the next year, they do have some warband change, like, updates that are coming. And I think that's what we all figured would most likely be the changes that they're talking about, is that they're probably going to expand it to more expansions. But okay, we've got 12 minutes left to go on the giveaway. If you haven't entered yet, exclamation mark raffle in chat will get you entered into the giveaway for the Gummi pet or the classic brick tabard. If you win, you can pick between this battle pet right here or this classic brick tabard right here. Normally, you can only get this through living in the U.S. and buying candy in the U.S. I don't happen to live in I don't live in the U.S., but I was able to find someone who could buy some candy and then give it away to kids during Halloween. And so I got a handful of the codes to give away, and that's what we're doing on today's stream. If you want to enter, YouTube and Twitch will get you 1 ticket each, and then Twitch subs will get you 5 bonus tickets, not only to today's giveaway for the pet or the tabard, but also to the Brutosaur mount giveaway that we're doing weekly. Both the pet and the mount giveaways are weekly, so if you sub, you'll get entered into basically 8. You'll get 5 bonus tickets for 8 giveaways, right? That's 40 more chances to win. So please consider subbing if you're interested, and if you want to help me out as well. We also you can also do it completely for free if you sub using Twitch Prime. So if you're an Amazon Prime member, you get a free Twitch sub every single month, and all you got to do is check the little Twitch Prime box right when you hit subscribe. But okay, we've got 12 minutes left on the giveaway, and like I was saying, please let your guildies and friends know if they're pet collectors or if they're mount collectors or if they want a Brutosaur. I mean, I feel like most people want a Brutosaur, right? But okay, we're gonna take a quick little break just before this because I need to pee and I don't want to wait like 20 minutes. So we'll take a quick little break. The timer's not gonna be fully active, fully accurate, because we'll come back the second the ad break is over. All right, see you guys in a few. All right, and we are back. So we've got 6 minutes left on the giveaway. Welcome back, Blades. Welcome back, Abdil. Best of luck for the giveaway there, and probably worth recapping for the last time. So if you're here for the giveaway, drop ! raffle into the chat to be entered into the giveaway. Make sure you're following on Twitch. You can also enter on YouTube. So if you want an extra ticket to win, please consider entering on both platforms. I'll let you guys double dip. And if you want 5 more tickets, please consider Twitch subbing. That'll get you 5 tickets not only to today's giveaway for the Gummy Pet, but also next week's giveaway for the Gummy Pet, as well as the Brutosaur giveaway. We're doing Brutosaur and Gummy Pet giveaways every single week until at least about Jan 6th. And so subbing will get you basically 40. I think we said 40, right? 40 bonus tickets over the course of the month. And Twitch Primes count for that as well. So if you're an Amazon Prime member, please consider using your Twitch Prime. You just check the little box and basically you get a free sub every single month. And it will cost you nothing beyond your Amazon Prime subscription, but will really, really help me out. Okay, so we've got 6 minutes until the giveaway. In the meantime, let's take another quick little look at blacksmithing. We don't have much in the way of concentration saved up. You know what? Let's actually, let's see if we need to craft any of this gear. Ooh, should we start selling this stuff? I haven't been doing this cross realm, but it's probably as good as anything. The problem is that this guy isn't spec'd into armor. I need to set up a separate blacksmith. I was talking about this on, I've been talking about this for a while, actually. I need to get around to actually doing it. Maybe on Monday's stream we'll do this. But I want to set up a blacksmith who's specialized into weaponsmithing, and then another one that's specialized into armor smithing, to basically start churning out this blue gear, as well as the blue weapons, of course, for the weaponsmith, but then also the PvP gear. I do have a profession equipment spec blacksmith, but I don't have one that's doing the gear. And the PvP gear is going to sell not only well this season, but especially in Season 2 and Season 3. Because usually between seasons, the eye level, like the starting eye level for the PvP gear, goes up by quite a bit. So even PvEers tend to snap that stuff up. At least that's how I would quickly get eye level up on my alts that I didn't intend on playing all that much. So, yeah, definitely something to consider there. All right, 3 minutes and 20 seconds. So, like I was saying, make sure you get your entries in, on Twitch, on YouTube. And also, if you have any friends or guildmates or anything like that who like collecting pets, please do let them know about the giveaway as well. Okay, so I'm on Dragonflight, aren't I? Gotta move this back to Kaz-Algar Engineering. Oh, and we got the last 2 points for Scrapper. So let's go ahead and mark that off. Ooh, we do need to get the engineering bag crafted so that this guy can start scrapping. Right? I think he's full build for scrapping. Ooh, we need 5 more points in this to get the craft speed, rummage and pilfer. Ingenuity is not going to really help us all that much, but the 50% craft speed is huge. Does this tree, this is just a prospecting tree, right? It's not prospecting. Lord, I'm losing it. This is just going to give me more skill on creating parts, which is probably where we go next, right? I don't think there's any other talent tree that's going to give me more skill in scrapping or in profession equipment, because that's what this guy's basically set up for, is profession gear. I suppose I could go into goggles, right? All the goggles are kind of trash, because I feel like most engineers who want goggles will just spec in the goggles themselves. 1 second, I think the whole reason we went over there was to try and do the patron orders that this guy has. crafting orders. Let's pop up in the craft queue real quick. Clear all. Queue work orders. 642 gold. Not bad. Not bad profit for a patron order. I gotta buy mats though. All right, 46 seconds, folks. If you haven't entered yet, make sure you get your entry in right now, because this is exactly 35 seconds left on the giveaway. And yeah, we're almost at the 4-hour mark as well, so we'll probably wrap up the stream after the giveaway, to be honest. 17 seconds, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Okay, so the raffle is now closed. Let me just refresh to make sure everyone's names get picked up, because I know sometimes Streamlabs gets a little weird about it. Let's head over to the winners tab. Let's do the world's worst drum roll. And boom, our winner is ClickCR. Clicks, are you here? Congratulations, ClickCR. You have won. There we go. What's up? Congratulations. You are the winner of either the Gummi Pet or the classic brick tabard. It's entirely up to you. Just let me know which one you want, and I'll let me drop you a whisper on Twitch as well. But congratulations, ClickCR. To anyone who didn't win, please do come back we'll be hosting another giveaway for the Gummi Pet next week. We'll also be doing another Bruto giveaway, so definitely make sure you guys come back for that. Clicks, let me know via whisper if which of the rewards you want. Theoretically, I mean, if you want, technically, you can also pick the Diablo. There's like a Diablo 4 reward, I think, and then like a Sea of Thieves or something like that reward. I just dropped you a whisper as well, so that hopefully you can just reply to that and let me know which one you want to go for, and I'll get that code over to you as soon as possible. But okay, thank you everyone who joined. Thank you everyone who entered the giveaway. Thank you to everyone who's been here for the stream. All right, so today we had a fun stream. We went through all of the Warcraft Direct news. There's a whole bunch of that. We went through all of our cross-realm banker alts, right? Saw that it's entirely feasible with just 10 of those alts to make yourself a token in like literally a day or two. Maybe you'll be selling fewer items if you have fewer crafters. But I mean, you can just make up for that by having more of those alts, right? 10 is not that many. And like I'm saying, it doesn't take more than 3 to 5 minutes to do a full post cycle on each of those. I post for 24 hours just because I'm too lazy to go in and tweak the Trade Skill Master groups. But you could easily post for 48 hours and basically, only have to spend maybe half an hour to an hour, like every other day. And even then, if you miss it, it's not like you're gonna get completely screwed over. Where you might be if you're doing something like enchants or something that's on the region-wide auction house, just because prices may actually drop by that much. If you miss a couple of days. Whereas with this stuff, you're crafting it at 100 gold, you're selling it for 900 gold. The worst is it may go down to 850, 750, something like that, but you're still, going to make stupid amounts of gold doing stuff like that. But anyway, with that said, thank you so much, everyone who joined the stream. Thank you to everyone who subbed on YouTube and to everyone who followed. With that said, we're going to wrap up the stream here. Best of luck, everyone. Hope everyone has a lovely, lovely weekend. Make sure you spend some time with friends, family, right? As always, stay hydrated. It is the most important thing. We didn't do a hydration reminder today, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't have been drinking water along with the stream and that you shouldn't stay hydrated over the weekend. With that said, anyway, Best of luck, everyone. Hope you guys have an amazing weekend. I hope you guys make a lot of gold if that's what you're going for. May the RNG gods be ever in your favor. And with that said, I will see all of you lovely people on Monday. Take care. Have fun. Stay safe. Bye-bye.